host of Soil Brothers and Soil Sisters.
Soil Family.
Good morning, guys. It is another beautiful Sunday morning.
Oh, I was going to say, hold up. They went to sleep, but hey.
How long is it going to say that?
I don't know. So it is Sunday morning, and we are running behind. Bobby been working his behind all this morning.
Yeah, trying to get our life together, but it's not working out too well.
So it is Sunday morning, and we hope and pray that you all are having an amazing day. We are still playing with the studio, trying to get things set up properly so that when we go live, you can at least see us and hear us, which I know hearing is more important than seeing to some people, but I like both. I'm nosy for one thing, and I need to see, but then I also need to hear good because that helps with my nosiness.
Oh, he's a sweet boy. He said, I gotta go and hear my mama.
Go ahead, lay down.
Okay,
I gotta go see what my mama doing. So, if you are catching the replay, hashtag replay, share this live out, and follow us if you are not. That's good life. That's good life. I did not comb my hair. I did curl it. But I ain't do nothing else to it. I just left it.
Comb my beard, but I need to shave, and I didn't do that. So.
Anyhow, the week, it's been, I don't know, what did we do this week? It's been a busy week. Y'all know how life be life. And anyhow, good morning from South Texas. Good morning, Soil Family. So Bobby set up some monitors so we can kind of keep up with the chat a little bit better.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So we can see everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully, YouTube don't shut down on us, so we can read the comments throughout the whole live.
But we're going to see. Bobby got his phone anyway. And I'm sorry about Wednesday. I know that the comments disappeared, and it felt like I was ignoring YouTube because I couldn't see the comments. So I just went on with the conversation. But again, today is Sunday. We're going to talk about Moringa today.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Yeah, and I want to talk about my garden because it looks amazing.
Oh my God. I went out there this morning because I'm stalking the squash.
Oh man, it's time for that one to come up, man.
So I wanted to get a little bigger so I can make a big pan of lasagna.
So that squash, what is it? What is it? What's the name of that one?
Romanesco.
Romanesco squash. Guys, if you have never grown that, you need to grow it. It is absolutely delicious. It is a beautiful plant. It grows amazingly fast and gives you tons
of food.
Tons of food.
So Mary said, good morning, Sherry and Bobby from Nashville.
Nashville.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I need to text Ann and check on her and baby of all trades this morning. We were just in Nashville a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Nashville is, oh man, this is amazing. We didn't get to see the whole, but the area where we were, it was actually beautiful.
He said it was amazing. We ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, but where we were was amazing. We was on the side of a mountain, and we did some foraging, and we did some farming stuff. I mean, it was beautiful. We did get out and go and do a little bit of nightlife at one of the local hardware stores.
Which was different.
Yeah,
But
so they had a band and they had some real good food.
I was telling my mom about that again yesterday. I think because it just blew my mind. I gotta keep telling her about it. So, and she be listening like she ain't never heard it before. Such a good mom, because most people be like, yeah, you told me. I do it all the time. Because my mom, she always tell me the same thing over and over. But then I'm like, she's 75, it's okay. And then here I am, telling her for the umpteenth time about Tennessee. And she was just like, oh, that's nice, yeah. And the hardware store, so they had dinner. I said, yeah. Like she had never heard it before.
It's so nice to be able to look at these monitors and be able to see everybody's comments. Nice and clear without having to strain a little bit. So I love your paint away all.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes, yes. We are very, very proud. I am especially proud of that particular one. While all of them do some amazing things, that one, because it works so fast and everybody experiences pain, so everybody can enjoy that.
Hey, Reba. Good morning, Lovey. Oh my God, Lovey.
And
What-
we actually got paint away that we had for a year now.
Yeah.
That we still use and still works amazing.
I carry it everywhere. I drop it on anybody that look like they want me to. I try not to invade people's privacy and space when I can tell that they in pain or something. But I also want to help instantly. So, so when I saw Lovey's name, it made me think. Again, yesterday when I talked to Mom. So Miss West, who was she died on her 108th birthday. She lived with my husband and I through COVID. We brought her home from the nursing home so that we didn't have to be separated from her during that period. So we moved her in with us. She was 107. She passed on her 108th birthday, the early morning of her 108th birthday. She called everybody Lovey, and we called her Lovey. Well, she called me Queenie, she called my husband Parky, and everybody else was Lovey or Doodoo. I don't know where the Doodoo came from, but
Ooh, from Sydney, Australia.
yesterday Mom said,
What's up?
JD said, love your shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
Yesterday Mom said, I had Miss West shirt on because I gave my mom one of Miss West shirts. She said, I had Miss West shirt on. It was so crazy. Lovey is in the chat. Mom told me yesterday she had Miss West shirt on, and then she started having this whole conversation about hummingbirds. And I said, the hummingbirds would never visit us until we started sitting on the porch with Miss West or Lovey.
And they pretty much left
When she left. We really don't see them.
Which was weird.
Yeah,
You know?
thank you, Rod. Thank you so much for the stars.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. So, again, this morning we're going to talk about Moringa and gardening. But gardening is my husband's. We get a lot of gardening questions that I can't answer because I just drop seeds.
But she looks so amazing and talks so sweet about the plants that we do grow. So
You would think I'm a pro.
she'll go out there and she'll pose with them, talk about them, and y'all love that. So I keep on growing, she keep on talking about it, so we can influence each and every one of y'all together.
Now, the squash is all me, though.
Oh yeah.
The squash is all me. I dropped
I ain't
those
gonna say it's
seeds.
all you. I prepared the beds.
You
so
did. It was
that's
amazing.
really important, making sure your growing medium is really, really well. So making sure your soil is good, is fertile, and you got the right kind of soil down there is gonna be really, really important for good growth.
Yeah, it does take a team. So neither pot is all me or all him. I went out this morning to see what the plants look like, and the bugs. There's a lot of bugs on the tomato plants. I don't understand. So waiting on your moringa seeds to sprout.
Moringa is amazing, guys.
They can. Well, you in the north,
Yeah.
so it's still. What is it? Still winter-ish for y'all?
They like the heat, so
love the heat.
they gonna start to grow good when it get extremely hot.
Yeah.
So
Just
not
be
even
patient.
warm, they want hot. They tropical plants, they tend to grow in tropical areas, so they want warm. And if you don't have a greenhouse that can get plenty of sun and
Good
get
morning,
warm,
Rod.
you're gonna have to wait a little while for your plants to come up. So the best way to start them is in the greenhouse if you're in a colder climate. That way you can get good growth early.
Yeah.
And when the weather gets right, you can go ahead and put them outside. Get you an amazing tree. You can do that every year. You ain't got to worry about keeping it alive because it is a fast growing plant and it'll grow pretty easily once it's in the right condition. But it grows really, really fast and really, really big. So you can let that one go if you like and plant another one.
Yep.
I would say if you can get it started in a greenhouse and when your weather get right, put it in the ground, then I say do that because it's gonna die back for the winter. Just make sure you're prepared to do the same thing again the next year. You'll get enough moringa and leaves and plants, because the whole plant is edible. If you want, you can grind up the stalk of that thing, you can grind up the roots, the leaves, everything about a moringa plant is edible. So it is an amazing plant. That's why they call it the tree of life.
Tree of life. Yeah.
So places that don't have much food, they got that, you know.
So Mabel asked, good morning, Mabel. How long does it take orders to arrive? So it looked like your order will arrive on Monday, tomorrow. If you check your check your email, your tracking number should be there. It may be in spam. So especially first time orders, sometime it'll go to spam until you click on it and let it know that it's safe. But our system will automatically, we don't send out tracking, but our system will automatically send out tracking once we complete your order. So check your email and sometimes check your spam, but your order is scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. A good way to detox, I say lemon juice. Put a little lemon juice in your water in the mornings, cayenne pepper and lemon juice. You put a little honey in there, but fresh squeezed lemon in your water in the morning. Drink that on an empty stomach. That's a great way to detox.
If you're backed up and you need to clean out, magnesium citrate, which one is that?
Magnesium citrate.
Citrate
is good to cleanse you out. But you can also drink.
Don't go nowhere. If you take some magnesium citrate, stay home.
You can also drink this.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, Andell, I'm sure Andell's sleeping in because she had a market yesterday. But one day Andell said, I ain't been able to go to the bathroom. I said, take you about a tablespoon or two of Redmond real salt. The salt matters. Redmond real salt. I said in like 4-6 ounces or so of water. And I'm saying a little bit of water because you got to drink this. Warm your water up a little bit. You want it a little warm. And you drink it. And she was like, oh my God. I said, now stay home. Stay home. But once it flush you out, you be good to go. She was like, woo, girl. Saved your life.
How long we been married? About 6 months.
Woo. 6 months coming up on my anniversary fast.
Mm-hmm.
Our anniversary is the 31st. I know that don't make sense. Our anniversary is the 31st of this month, which is our meet and greet in West Palm at Jack and Beanstalk, which I'm super excited to get to this year because she expanded.
Yeah.
And I need to see those plans.
And the last time we was there, they expanded
Emma,
a lot
get that.
from the time we was there before. And you talking about everything, that's an amazing nursery, guys. So, I mean, if you've never been there, and you anywhere in the area or want to join us, come down there. We would love to meet each and every one of y'all. Y'all get to see some of these amazing tropicals.
Yes.
Now, if you live in Florida, I'm sure you can find those things at any place. Well, not any place. You can find them at any time.
Yeah.
But if you don't know about this particular spot,
Which a lot of people don't, because
you will be amazed.
people that live in West Palm that actually follow us always say, oh my God, y'all are here. And we like, yeah. I didn't know that place was there. Well, it is in the middle of a neighborhood too. So, oh my God, I just got back from West Palm Beach, Florida. We've never been to the beach in West Palm, have we? No.
Well, you took me to the new beach.
So, we went to the new beach.
Was that in West Palm?
It wasn't West Palm.
Okay.
It was like maybe an hour outside of West Palm before we got to West Palm. And Bobby had no clue where we were going. And when I turned off the road, which he knew was kind of weird, because Bobby never drive, majority never drive. 99.9% of the time, I'm driving. So when I turned off, he was like, oh, it's back here. And I'm like, yeah. So I went on driving, and we pull up. And you see this lady walking in the parking lot with a fishnet cover up on. That was all. And he was like, "Can I see her? I can see her breast." And I was like,
You ain't said nothing. I was sitting there like,
I said-
hold up.
he said,
Is it me or can I see that lady
I
breast?
said, "You want your swimming trunks?" He said, "No." So when he got out the car, he had on his shorts and a belt, all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna put my bathing suit on. Bobby was like, mm-mm. So we got to the sign, he realized, this is a new beach. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this,
Yeah,
but
like, who just pop you up at a new beach and don't tell you that you're going?
I mean, like, I'm the fluffy one. Meanwhile, he just like, okay. So I was like, this should be fun. But we were like an hour outside of West Palm. Emma? We were like an hour outside of West Palm. But we've never been to the beach in West Palm, so we may have to go there. Thank y'all. All I did this morning was I curled my hair. And I didn't. We have an event today at 4. So I said, let me curl my hair and be done with it. And I probably won't comb it even for the event.
So, how many of y'all ever been to a new beach? I'm just curious because that was our very first time.
They ain't crazy. They ain't about to tell their business.
Why not? Is there nothing wrong with it? People do it.
People do it all the time. What's funny is what made me want to go was when we went to Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gave us, you know, they do those timeshare things, and we went and took the tour. But we wasn't staying. We just was down there for a couple hours. So we did the tour. And I mentioned something about a new beach to our tour guide, and she got all excited.
We were laughing.
She was so excited, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have asked her. But what had happened was she kept our phone number, and she called me one day, and I was like, she said, "Hey, this is such and such," and I said, I ain't gonna say her name, and I'm like, who? And she said, you know, I did your tour in Daytona Beach and blah blah. And I was wondering if
that was like a couple years
later.
prior.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are you calling me now? She said, well, I wanted to invite y'all down to wherever for the drum circle. First of all, you talk about it a new beach. Second of all, drum circle and new beach should not be all in the same sentence. So I was like, no, we probably won't be there. I was like, that's weird, but we ended up going to a different one because I didn't want to run into her.
Yeah, that's one of the things. If you're not in that space, you don't want to go with your friends, and you don't want to go with nobody you know. Anybody you gonna see again, really, because I mean, I don't know. You would think that people would just look at you differently after that, but it was so comfortable that nobody was really paying much attention to nothing. Everybody was just relaxing, doing what they do.
Yeah.
You know, people out there fishing, lounging, just walking up and down the beach. And man, it was different. It was weird at first. And
I'm gonna have to find that.
What's that? Somerset?
Singer Allen.
Who?
I was talking about Simple Living comment about Singer Allen in Palm Beach County. Yeah, so we'll have to visit a beach this year.
Yeah.
Because we never go to the beach when we go there. We be at the nurseries, like deep.
Mm-hmm.
I need boots.
I have not experienced a new beach, but visited
Toughest beach in Italy.
Yeah, so it is a different experience. If you're not mature, I think you shouldn't go.
I won't
The
mature.
weird thing is we went,
I won't
and then
mature.
once everybody, we noticed everybody wasn't paying all that much attention.
It
to
felt
that.
better.
Yeah, we
but
went in and got moved, and we hung out for a little while.
I was not, like, my brain still was not ready. Well, it was the man that was fishing that threw me off, because I was like, he's just comfortable standing out here fishing, and that's a little weird.
And there were no specific body types. Everybody just looked like whatever, you know. And, you know, you could tell that the people there were, you know, probably somebody mayor, somebody chief
Hey,
police,
Dale.
somebody judges, you know,
Yeah, they
or
normal
just
people.
regular other people, you know.
Yeah.
You could tell just by the way they were carrying themselves and their demeanor.
Yeah, we're just like,
But we was not gonna do the drum circle. We wasn't about that life because that sound too much like a lot of people jumping
too much
around
movement.
and maybe touching each other and all kinds of
Too
stuff
much
like that.
movement. No,
Man.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, Andale. I hope you had a good day at the market. I meant to text you.
Good morning,
last night,
Nandale.
but I will talk to you today. Thank you. I curled my hair. So,
We did want to talk about Moringa. What you got in that cup?
in this cup, this is green juice or something. It's just juice. Lemongrass, spinach, apple. This is my breakfast. It's pretty good. Hey, my Bobby. So Moringa. Moringa is the most powerful multivitamin in the world. I know a lot of people ask about sea moss all the time. Like, sea moss is okay. Sea moss is good if you get real sea moss. What are the chances of us getting sea moss that are real? That's real. Speaking of boots, Reba got her some chicken boots.
Oh, did you?
Okay. I need to see a picture with your boots on, Reba. That's what I like about new facilities because it makes you more comfortable in your body. It do. I was like, I can do this.
And you know, because we were so proud and you know excited about the fact we did take some pictures, of us.
Yeah.
Of course, they was tasteful, and we posted that we went there. We figured, like, you know, this way before we got on any social media.
And
but
I
we had our personal Facebook,
Yeah, I posted pictures.
and it was amazing how many people were like, I want to go. Where was this day?
But-
you know,
but everybody
next
said-
time y'all go, and we're like, no, we're not going with nobody we know. That's not happening.
No. Go look. That's private time.
Yeah,
Go by yourself. Go with the person you love,
with your significant other. Don't take silly people.
and don't take a group of people.
Yeah,
Because
because
y'all don't want each other looking at each other.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna look at each other.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, the eyes gonna roam, and you just don't do it. Like, that's just my preference.
until you actually get to a point where you are extremely comfortable, and the people that you probably
Good
gonna
morning,
meet there are cool. You know, I'll go with them. I wouldn't take, you know, like my brother and one of her friends and one of my friends and none of that. I won't do all that. That sounds like a problem,
Yeah,
but.
and it was like hundreds of people like, next time.
Yeah, they were like, and we was thinking we was gonna get some kind of backlash, but everybody was so excited with the fact that we did that, and they were
Reba.
gonna try it too.
Reba said she wrote the white cowboy hat in the wall. That picture is epic. Let me tell y'all, that is an epic picture. But yeah, that's a private moment.
Yeah,
That's a private
and the thing is, when you leave there, you have so much respect for the people that's out there that do it
Yeah.
because it's so tasteful. You wouldn't think that something like that could be tasteful. You think that everybody will be, you know, making some kind of scene, looking at each other all hard, and maybe doing some strange things. I'm sure, if you take the wrong people out there, it'll be that. That's why
Yeah.
you shouldn't take people out there that you know, or bring somebody out there that's not mature, that's gonna go out there and make this thing uncomfortable.
Yeah, they have a
felt so
whole
good.
colony. They have a whole community, like bowling alleys and restaurants, and I don't know if they go to church together, but they got whole communities, and that's the grocery store, you know, so to us, it's weird. And I'm almost shifted, because it's just like, this is how we should feel about sickness. You know, to them, it's normal life to be grounded and one with nature. Us being sick should be abnormal to us, but it's so normal to us. We think it's just life. So we need to somehow shift the agenda when it comes to sickness and health. You know, we should be normal about, we shouldn't be so normal about being unhealthy where we are. You know, most people walking around, we have high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, inflammation, cancer, glaucoma, like all these ailments, Alzheimer's, all of these issues are so normal to us. We just push through and keep living. You know, not saying we shouldn't keep living, but we should be trying to figure out why are we so no real. Why are we so unhealthy, and what do we do to turn this around? So this is why we have these conversations all the time, because there are things we can do. Are we perfect? No, we are not. Are we going to get it all 100% right? No, we are not. This is why God left it so that we can have some space for the mess ups. But we have time, as long as we are here. This is a blessed day.
Yeah,
There's no other day like today. This is a blessed day that we are still here and alive and well enough to try to make a difference. And Reba said, great show. Make a difference and do better. Save our lives. So what are we gonna do?
So loving the Moringa purchase from you, feeling better since I started taking it, getting ready to place another order.
We appreciate you.
Moringa is amazing, guys.
It is the best multivitamin. I love when it's growing in the summer because I can go out there and just pinch leaves off the.
And one of the things, you know, one of the reasons why, you know, we may seem so excited and amped about talking about herbs and natural healing is because we haven't been in it terribly long.
No.
We found out a lot of information in a short amount of time.
Just in the last
And
year.
we're still amazed about the power of this and the fact that so many people have no idea. And we know how you feel because we didn't have no idea not so long ago. So if we seem amped or excited about what we do, it's because
Yeah.
we are. Yeah, it's just amazing, guys. And the thing that gets me, you know, it makes me think about everything. You know, if you put stuff in front of people's face long enough, they get used to it. If you put people getting sick in front of people long enough, getting sick is normal.
That's why it's normal.
And then if you put going to get these medications in front of people long enough,
They normalize.
it normalizes you going to get on pain meds or going to get all these prescriptions. If they wanted us to live a healthier, more nutritious life, they will put healthy and nutritious things in front of us, which they don't.
No.
Because this information is there and people know about it, but why are they not putting it out there? It's because there's no money to be made in this. If you know that plants
Hey, Rob.
are what you're studying so that you can make a product, so you can sell to people, why don't you tell them about the plant so people can actually get a healthier version?
Yeah, have
You
that
making a
choice.
synthetic. You making a synthetic. Something that your body, you got to eat. You got to eat. Your body got to process. You got to process through your liver a few times, and then the active part is supposed to work for you. But then there's side effects to the fact that it does that. And you putting so much stuff into your body where your liver have to process, your liver is not going to do well, which causes a whole nother problem. And on top of those medications, those active ingredients that they're supposed to be making from your plants don't work nearly as well as the plant. But because people don't know that there's a different way to do it, they go with what they're told. And our mission, one of them, is to let people know that there is another option. There's another way, guys. We can heal ourselves. We can do better. We can actually heal, not pacify a problem.
And once we start, when we start living, it's more godly. you know, when we use the plants that he provided for us. He gave us this stuff for a reason. Back in the days, they didn't run to the doctor. The doctor was out there pulling weeds and herbs out the yard. Once we started implementing God's way back into our life, he feel like, oh, okay. They understood the assignment. Now let me help them. Because what we doing with these synthetics is we going against what he want for us. He already provided us with everything we need. We just copped out and took the easy route. Now sometimes we do need meds. Sometimes we do need pharmaceuticals because we get ourselves in a pinch. Like cancer, for instance. It's not if I'm gonna get cancer or if it's when. Because we feed it. This junk here, this poison here, we feed it all the time. Once we start making a change, God gonna say, okay, let's do this.
And guys, if y'all think the fact that we're more sensitive to everything and being not able to tolerate things and easily catching more of these diseases is by chance, y'all mistaken, because these chemicals that they're putting in our food are designed to make us sick.
Yeah.
Because these people who making these chemicals also making the medicines that's supposed to help you fix these problems.
Who is that? And who let it go?
The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, guys, and that's in America. In other countries, they are a little more strict about this kind of stuff that they're allowed in their foods. But here in America, big money rules.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
And we are just, we're not creating anything. We're not founders of nothing but our products because they are our concoctions. But this information is out there and it's wide, but people don't know. We got people telling us all the time that, you mean to tell me that you could just rub this on your skin and this will help? Like, y'all must be crazy. You know what I mean? That's how
brainwashed
we are from the real,
and
because we don't know.
And it's sad. They know they got us. They know they got us in a chokehold. They know people don't have time and they ain't got the energy. By the time you go work 2 jobs or work 14, 16 hours at a job, 12 hours, whatever, you come home, you tired. Who gonna be in there making stuff? Ain't too many people gonna do it. But put the information out, at least, so that we got a choice to go find who making these things, who got time to do this, and who trying to help but they don't do this. And it's a sad world here in the United States because this is where they do it mostly at. Other countries always talk about how they have very little insurance payments or healthcare is free. And that's because they don't poison the citizens. They don't poison their people. They ain't looking for you to come. And here, I'm sure people come to the United States and end up sick. Meanwhile, people from the United States go to these other countries and they say, oh my God, I've never felt better.
I lost weight and I'm eating the same amount of food.
Same amount of food.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm reading the comments as they come up, and we on both YouTube and Facebook, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Tammy, send a message to homestead@blacktropicalhomestead.com so we can help you get your order processed. Send email and still no love. Okay, I'll look into it when we get off there. Go ahead, baby.
And, I wish that all y'all could see each other comments because there's amazing comments on both sides. We got cancer survivors, and, once you get through that process, guys, you got to do what's necessary to keep it going, right? Because the chemicals and all the junk in our foods feed the cancers. Now, you may catch it while eating the same way as somebody else that don't. That's because all our bodies are different. And just because one person didn't get a problem, just because your grandmama or granddaddy smoked for 90 years, don't mean if you smoke for 10 years, you're not going to get lung cancer.
And
It's
that
just
was-
everybody is different.
And times have changed a lot.
Mhm.
Like my aunt used to roll her cigarettes, but she worked in a tobacco field too. Meaning what? She probably just got the tobacco out the field, dried it, hung it to dry at home, and rolled her own.
Without all the chemicals that they put in it.
Not saying go smoke something, because that ain't what we saying. But times have changed. Like, I need to drop the video. You did tell me the other day about the ingredients, then versus now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what they have done to our food now compared to then.
So our comments probably not going to come back up on YouTube. But I don't know why you did.
It's,
Is that YouTube, right?
no, that's YouTube.
Okay, Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Moringa, let's talk about Moringa. It may pop back on. Let's talk about Moringa and the benefits of the Moringa. Go ahead. I mean,
So guys, I heard about Moringa maybe 6 years ago for the very first time. And I was sitting there staring because it was a show, I don't know if it was on like one of the public networks or something, and they were talking about Moringa, and I'm sitting there like, wow, like what is that? And why am I just hearing about this? They're saying all these amazing things that Moringa does and how it sells so well, but how is it selling so well when I'm hearing about it for the very first time? And I know a lot of people, other people who have no idea what it is and why you will actually be taking it, you know, but it is a very powerful plant that does amazing things for the body. And one of the things I did hear while watching the show was that, you know, you can eat the whole plant, right? And you can grind up the trunk, the stems, the leaves, the roots, and you can consume all that stuff. And it got really good properties, but it's also a food, just like most herbs, right? You can eat.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can actually eat a moringa tree. Now, one of the things I saw that was so amazing is the fact that I saw them cut a huge moringa tree in half and stab it in the ground. And the other half grew to another tree. So that's how well they grow if you give them the right conditions. Now, they like warm weather. You know, they're pretty drought tolerant, but if you give them the right conditions, they will just thrive. And you're talking about a tree that's that powerful that will put off that much food and nutritious greenery is amazing. Let me tell you some of the things that they say that Moringa actually does. So,
If I can read my wife's notes.
oh, I'm not reading the notes.
Oh.
I'm gonna read those. So it is known as the tree of life. So some of the medicinal properties of this plant, that it cures wounds. So that's amazing. You know, you can actually grind this up and put it into a wound and actually get some curing benefits from that. It is also a pain, it's good for pain. All right. Cure the wound and treat some of the pain that comes with that. Ulcers, good for ulcers, guys. So as you consuming it, eating it for food, if you got issues with ulcers, it's also treating that, like any amazing herb will do. Herbs are food. You can eat them, and if your body is not in need of no medicinal properties from your food, it's not working. It is then if you're not in need of no medicinal properties in your body for enough herbs, your body will consume it and use it as food. So you should never be worried about any excess overdoing your herbs. You walk in the house. My wife doing some strange things.
It's not, I ain't lying.
You know?
No,
Oh, I can just see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, liver disease. So, Moringa is really, really good for a liver disease. Now, how many people thought that there was nothing you could do but take? Now that's going out. Okay. So, your liver works to break down all that stuff, and then it brings it back up into your body for your body to use. But most of the stuff got to be processed through your liver. All these synthetics, all the alcohol, all this stuff. So pain meds and alcohol are horrible for your liver. So most people who have issues with their liver, it came from synthetics, drugs, and alcohol. But taking something as simple as Moringa can help fix those issues. And it's cheap, and none of us know about it because they're not putting it out there for us to know about it. But it is amazing. So, liver disease, heart disease. Guys, how much are you going to pay for, how much are you going to pay for your medication for all these things? Your liver, heart disease, cancer. This is another amazing herb that you can take when you're trying to fight cancer, right? So I'm real careful when it comes to cancer because that's definitely a life and death thing, but there are so many things that you can do. Now, we have talked to people, we have talked people through, getting through cancer. But you got to know yourself. Can you actually follow all these directions? Can you be disciplined and do what's necessary to be able to get past a cancer diagnosis? It is a very stressful thing, and you will have to have a diet that takes discipline. But you can get through this without tearing your body down with all the radiation and stuff that they put you through when you go you got cancer. Is it on?
Mm-hmm. I just can't. I don't know how to get it back to them.
But you can do it. It's done. But you will have to get some good vegetables. You will have to juice them, right? You will have to make sure you cut out all the preservatives,
All that junk,
all the sugars.
the chemicals I was feeding, the sugars and chemicals I was feeding the cancer. So
Yeah, so what you want to do is starve out whatever it is that's going on. You want to make sure that it can't survive because it don't have the necessary stuff to survive. But we tend to be trying to live life like everything is okay while we got that diagnosis, on top of being stressed out because we got it, and weakening our body and our immune system. So we're weakening our body and our immune system by knowing that we got this terrible issue, and then we're still trying to eat certain things that's really hurting you while trying to fight that. You are still getting all the processed foods, getting the hamburgers and chickens from other places. You are ingesting sweet teas and sugar and Kool-Aids and sodas and all that stuff, and all you're doing is
feeding that monster.
feeding.
To me, the worst thing you can do first is allow yourself to be stressed. Like the devil take hold of your mind when you're fighting something like cancer. Because most of the time, a lot of people are diagnosed and they didn't have any symptoms. And they go to the doctor and the doctor will say, okay, you got cancer, whatever. All of a sudden, within a few days or so, you sick. Well, why wasn't I sick before they told me this? Most of the time, it's just mental. Your mind, because you're weak, that leave room for the devil to play games with your mind. And that open you up for...
Did I do that?
I don't know. That open you up for anything. So we got to keep our mind strong, and we definitely got to get all of the processed junk out. So some of the benefits of the Moringa, I don't think it's touchscreen.
Oh.
But you got to do that one.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Because this one's saying that, anyhow. The benefits of Moringa,
We're still trying to get our life together.
it's good for your iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, antioxidants, protein, amino acids, chlorophyll. Now, to compare Moringa to some things, such as yogurt, bananas, milk, all that stuff. I think we good now. I know we were having some issues, but I think we good. Good morning, SoilFamily.
Yes.
So it's 2 times stronger than the protein you can get in yogurt. 3 times stronger than the potassium you'll get in a banana, or more. 4 times stronger than calcium you can get from milk. 4 times stronger than vitamin A you can get from carrots, and 7 times stronger than vitamin C you can get from an orange. Now, a little bit of Moringa go a long, long way. But think about the fact that you can get more vitamins and nutrients from a little bit, 4 or 5 leaves of Moringa compared to a banana or milk. Some people don't even drink milk. Like, some people drink it just for the taste, but no benefits at all, whatever. Same thing with carrots and orange, but then you can get away from some of the things that they pollute all of these vegetables with. Not saying don't eat these things, but we got to be careful where we get all of our food from. I'm not sure. Have I ever seen Moringa being sold anywhere as a plant? I don't think so, because they grow so fast. I'm sure they can't keep them. Now
They can't. People who farm them, they shipping it out as fast as they can get them, because
the trees.
not the trees, the actual, they process it and they sell it.
Yeah, that's what she was asking. Where can she get a plant from? But I don't think I ever seen a plant being sold. Now, sometimes when people place orders, they'll leave a note saying, if you have seeds, can you share some? Or if you have Moringa seeds, whatever. And I'll throw seeds in a box if we have some. I will label it and throw them in the box if we have some. But I would check, like Baker Creek, you may be able to find seeds or somewhere, but you have to grow it probably from seeds, especially if you live in a colder climate. You have to grow it from seeds.
Yeah, if they actually sold plants, it will be in a tropical area, and it grows so fast that they will have to keep repotting it, unless people bought it fast.
Yeah, and they'll never be able to ship that. Like, our trees grow so fast, it's crazy. So you just have to grow it from seed.
Mm-hmm. So guys, we are Bobby and Sherry Lifestyle on YouTube, on Facebook, and we are Black's Tropical Homestead on every other platform. So if you're on Facebook and you're looking for us, we are Black's Tropical Homestead on other pages, guys. So we did talk about some of the amazing properties or medicinal uses for Moringa. I know Facebook went out. So I'm going to just quickly read through a couple of them. Traditionally, it's been used for the cure wounds, pains, ulcers, liver disease, heart disease, cancer, and inflammation. So, guys, if you can just imagine what you will be paying in doctor visits and medication for what you can get in this plant.
Yeah.
Now, you need to not, I'm going to stress this, guys, stop looking for quick fixes and not willing to do the work. A pill is a pill, or a supplement is a supplement, but you need to do what's necessary to make sure you can fix whatever going on. So you need to cut back on some of the junk. If you're not cooking meals on a regular basis,
you should start.
You should start, because the stuff that's in the food that they're preparing in a lot of these restaurants, the fast food restaurants, is crazy with junk. So you need to put your body in better condition while taking supplements that's going to help fix whatever going on in you. And you got less chance of having issues later down the line. You don't know what's going on in your body, but if you're taking the right supplements and get your body together, it fixes it, and you will never know that you had that problem.
The body will fix itself. We just, as long as we give it the right condition, we got to do our job. We got to feed our body right, and it'll fix itself. You can't grow moringa anywhere. Moringa and soursop, you know, those are the two sensitive, cold sensitive plants that I think the most sensitive to cold that we grow. Moringa and soursop. Now we grow them, and well, we grow our soursop in a pot. Our moringa is in the ground, but winters are mild enough. Even though we got a good bit of snow this year, our moringa plants came back. But you can grow them in a pot. Now they will get big, both of them. Even our soursop get big within a year. But get those leaves off. When you can harvest them leaves, harvest those leaves and dry them out. I was gonna say freeze dry, but dehydrate them, but dry them out.
It's gonna be, unless you can find a seed company that has them, that will ship them to you up north, you're not gonna find them up there, I don't think, because your growing season is really short. Now, can you grow them? You can grow them. You can, on your hottest parts of your year, plant them. You will get a decent sized plant, but it will die as soon as you start getting cold.
Yeah.
Then you got to be prepared to grow it again.
Yeah.
I see somebody said that, and somebody told them in South Carolina it grows year round, and that's not true.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, because it don't grow year round here.
And sometimes, some places in Florida, it won't grow year round because it get cold.
Yeah. It is a very tropical plant.
You can, I won't say a grow bag. They need a nice sized pot. That tap root will bust through the pot and dig itself in the ground.
Yeah.
So, and the trunk can get nice size too. So a grow bag, it'll probably just keep falling. So I would put it in a nice size pot.
Yeah, your best bet is when you grow it, try to get it started earlier in the season. As soon as your temperatures get hot, put it in the ground somewhere and let it do what it's going to do.
For that summer.
Yeah, and then be prepared to plant another seed the next year.
Like our hibiscus, we grow hibiscus. By the way, Mom said, "Oh, I found some hibiscus at Kroger." I was like, "This lady." Okay. I said, "I'm gonna send you some, Mom." I sent my brother some seeds, but like our hibiscus, we can never save our hibiscus tree from one year to the next. We grow them every year from seed. But they grow like little monsters every year from seed. Moringa will do the same. Actually, moringa and soursop will grow great. If you can get it started from seed, they'll go great. But
yeah, the one that we had last year got about 15, 20 foot tall.
Yeah, that's
but because it snowed, it actually had to start over again this year.
But it'll be there by the end of the year.
It will be.
And what I would do is, like he said, you can cut a limb off of it and take that lemon, stick it in a pot, bring it in the house.
So when, I ain't gonna say the end, but sometime during that year, get you a limb and then just stick it in a pot and let it start growing. Take that pot once it get cold and put it up. Try to protect it as much as you can. Not saying that's gonna definitely work, but if you have the right conditions, that plant will stay alive, and then next year you have another one to put in the ground. But make sure it's a small branch.
Yeah, because that's gonna grow fast. Yeah. So we don't sell seeds. We don't sell seeds. We rather share our seeds because the purpose, and we get that question a lot. Do you sell seeds or can you sell us some seeds? We rather gift you seeds because we want you to grow these things. Sometimes when we harvest seeds in abundance. We rather focus on our products and make sure our products are spot on for y'all to be able to help heal yourselves than focus on packaging up seeds to ship them out. So when you place orders or send us an email saying, hey, if you have any seeds you can share, if you don't place an order, the only thing we ask you to pay for is shipping. But if we have seeds, we don't mind sharing seeds when we have them available. And we've gotten a lot of requests for moringa seeds over the last 2 weeks or so, I think. So
moringa, know when it dies, it won't leave you seeds. It actually grows and it will flower, and the seeds will be there. So your plant will have to get big enough for it to actually flower, which in up north it probably won't.
No.
So, because the season ain't long enough, but, so you will just have to have enough seeds to where you can keep on growing year after year. And I think it's worth it. You know, it's just like your Cayenne and all that, man, that stuff is worth, to me, its weight in,
That's all I'm food
in
and
everything.
medicine.
You know, it's great. It does so much stuff that, like, you can't even imagine the amount of money you can save by doing that. We talking about doctor visits and medications. We talk about your blood pressure meds. You talking about all the stuff I told, like we talked about earlier, what your liver has to do to get your synthetic meds to work. It got to process all of those synthetics. And sometimes it got to do it 2 or 3 times so your body can use it.
Yeah.
When you could just take some cayenne and beets and not have a blood pressure problem. But we don't want everybody just to take a pill. You can take those pills if you got that problem. You can take that pill if you don't have that problem. But you need to go ahead and start correcting the problems that's causing you to have those. And that is significant. We getting to the point now where it's not an important thing to cook. You know, so most of the kids these days don't know how to cook, don't know how to fry an egg, don't know how to do nothing.
Can't even boil water.
Yeah.
I told my mama yesterday, and she said somebody couldn't cook. I said, ain't no such thing, Mom. There are videos all over YouTube, Facebook, everywhere that teach you how to do these things. You may have to watch it multiple times, take screenshots of the recipe. We love dropping our recipes to help you. Now, our videos are fast, but sometimes you go to YouTube, and sometimes on Facebook you can find long form content. So you can take the time and cook and bring those kids in the kitchen with you so they can learn how to cook.
Imagine, guys, when we learned how to cook, when we were younger, there was no YouTube. There was nobody who can just walk you through the process of doing it. Now we got that, and kids still don't know how to cook. They still won't take the time to learn because they don't feel like it's important enough.
Yeah.
They run to Crystal's or McDonald's or White Castle's or this is a fast food restaurant they got. Really, really terrible food. Guys, I saw something the other day, you know, that some of y'all may know and I never knew. In California, the Big Arches restaurant has to put signs on their doors saying that their food is dangerous and it causes cancer. But it's not made to be done in no other state. So they got to put that on there because this is a finding of their food.
It always started in California.
But here, and I think it was always that way, but because people live in California always lived there, they didn't know that it wasn't something that everybody else did. But these other states don't require them to put that on their doors. They got big signs that got to be put on their doors that their food causes cancer.
Just don't eat that, then we won't ever see the signs. Because let me tell y'all, like, I used to love going to McDonald's, especially for a frappe, some fries. But when you go places and they have a display of what McDonald's food look like 10, 15, 20 years later, it looked like food that you would go buy right now. How was that? It might be hard as a brick, but it didn't change color. It just ain't changed form. Ain't no mold growing on it. Weird.
You put up on Blacktropicalhomestead. You got the link for the website.
No, I ain't put it up. But so when we talk about, I'm gonna hit on one thing right quick. When we talk about food, how to feed yourself, I said I was gonna start doing little videos when I go in the grocery store and showing, like when I went live Wednesday, I talked about how I love taco salad. Bobby rather have tacos, but I like taco salad. And I used to use Doritos in our taco salad. And it tastes good, it do. But I know the Doritos are not a good choice for us. So I took the time and figured out a different type of nacho or chip to be able to use in our salad. Now, everything you're going to buy from the store going to have some type of preservative or something in it. And they don't list this on the pack. Because, like, I bought a bag of chips and they had 3 ingredients. Sea salt, potato, and avocado oil were the only 3 ingredients listed in these chips. Even though that made me feel better compared to some other ingredients we see in chips. So when you go in the store, we got to slow down and stop grabbing what's familiar and what look good to us and flip that bag over and look at the back. So I did the other day when I was in the store. This lady was looking at me like I was crazy because I flipped the Dorito bag over and the ingredients, of course, y'all know how it is, a whole book of ingredients. And I went to the chips that we use now if we want chips. And this ain't something we do every week or every day, every other day or so. Every now and then I want a taco salad, these are the chips we'll use. So what we have to learn to do is substitute ingredients, substitute different things. Like we use a different kind of salt now, which is the Redmond real salt. We use all raw cane sugar. Even in, I ain't even put those videos out. But one day we were in a store and I was showing how, I think it's Florida Crystal, they sell a brown sugar and they sell a powdered sugar. But I wouldn't even buy all of them. I would just buy my raw cane sugar and I'm gonna make my own powdered sugar. I'm gonna make my own brown sugar. Because you don't have to buy all these different sugars. You can make your own if you need a powdered sugar. All you need is a blender. If you need brown sugar, all you need is some molasses to go with that. But you can use the sugar of your choice. It doesn't have to be granulated. And that's what I would get away from, is that granulated white sugar and use a raw cane sugar. When it comes to wheat or flour, Ancient Grains got so many choices on wheat and flour products. That is a way better choice. And you can't even find that in most places. If you go to Kroger or Walmart, any of these big box stores, you ain't gonna find no Ancient Grains in there, hardly. I think you can find cassava flour. That's probably about it. But you're not gonna find none of these spelt kamut, Emma, iron corn. You'll find none of these in the store. Why is that? So right now, I would just order it until I can find it. And then somebody did tell me they found spelt or something somewhere. When you find it, get it and use it. Those Ancient Grains are very important. And most people don't even talk about. Everybody talk about the sugar, the salt, the dairy products, this, that, and the third. Nobody ever talk about the wheat, which I think is our biggest enemy, our wheat. Nobody talk about the wheat. And they'll tell you, oh, you should use, what is it called? Whole wheat bread. Eat whole wheat bread instead of white bread. Whole wheat bread is worse than white bread. You know, so why am I telling you to use whole wheat bread? I'm going to tell you to use Ancient Grain, because that's what your body going to recognize. That's what God intended for us. Start feeding your body those Ancient Grains. Your kids with their eczema, their ADHD, asthma, if you have any gluten intolerant issues, that Ancient Grain gonna take care of that. One product, your wheat, and you'll never look at breads or anything else the same anymore. Now when you go some places, you might want to dabble a little bit, but you can dabble a little bit. You always leave yourself a little space for life when you're traveling or a kid's birthday or something. But let me tell you, your mama said the other day, oh yeah, I need you to bake me a cake. She wanted a lemon pound cake. Once you get an Ancient Grain cake, cookie, brownie, bread, don't no bread taste the same ever again.
It is amazing, guys. You know, when we started looking into how we can actually eat, I looked into Ancient Grains and I did a whole bunch of research, guys. And I looked at how everything was grown, and the reason I thought about the ancient grains is because I saw a documentary. I want to say it was on Amazon, and I still don't remember what was the name of it. But they was talking about how today's grain had become, came to be. Basically, the ancient grains are not the best growing because they lay down, they get heavy and they lay down. I got some experience with that now. And it don't produce as much wheat. So what they did is they took it into a lab, they diced it up, put it back together, and made today's wheat. Now, this wheat grows with a stronger stem, it grows much shorter, and it produces a lot more wheat. So what it did was allow us to be able to feed a lot more people a lot cheaper, because now when you get a field of grain, you're getting a whole lot of wheat. But by them changing the makeup of their wheat, our body don't know how to process it. So it got way more gluten in it than what's normally supposed to have. It got different kinds of gluten, which your body don't know how to process. And it clogs up everything, causing inflammation, causing eczema, and all these other things that nobody is telling us about, guys. Yeah. If you're sick and you done change your diet, and for whatever reason you cannot fix yourself, it's because you're still eating the things that you think is okay, which is the wheat. Any kind of wheat today is hybridized because it grows in a way where they can get the most bang for the buck.
Yeah, good, Josephine.
So if you want to fix yourself, guys, you won't have to leave that stuff alone.
You gotta look deep into these ingredients, and it's deeper than sugar, salt, meat. It's deeper than that. This is why we like to harp on our grains, because nobody talk about our grains. That wheat is gonna fix your bloat issues. I do use cane sugar. I use raw cane sugar in our cakes and desserts too. So that's the thing. Like at first I was like, I don't know what this sugar gonna taste like in cakes and pies. I feel so much better feed my husband cake or cookies or whatever, because I have changed wheat, sugar, and the amount of ingredients. The wheat got so much flavor to it where I can make 6 dozen cookies with like 3/4 cup of sugar. 6 dozen cookies. I can put less than a half a cup of sugar in that.
So guys, let me tell you one thing else you will find out, that the wheat today, not only does it mess up your body, it is a blank slate. It has no flavor, no taste
and no
at
nutrients.
all. No nutrients at all. Ancient grains have plenty of nutrients in it, and it has plenty of flavor in it. Now, it don't rise as high as the wheat today, because the reason your wheat rise so high is because it got a whole lot of gluten in it.
That gluten structure, yeah.
Yeah, so therefore, that's the stuff that everybody having a problem with, because you're having too much of that. And that wheat is in everything you eat, guys. You know, you'll be surprised to find out, what you say, soups and all kinds of stuff got wheat in it.
That was so crazy. My cousin had surgery and I went to get her some soup because I wanted her to at least drink the broth or eat something. I said, man, I wasn't even thinking to make soup for her the day before. So I went to the store and I was reading the ingredients, and whole wheat and soup. I was like, this is crazy, boy. I was so frustrated.
So I actually did some research on the ancient grains, and I found out that a lot of people who have gluten issues can actually eat whole ancient grains.
If you have celiac, you need to stay away from ancient grains. But ancient grains are God's grain, and this is the grain God intended for us to consume.
Throwing that out.
When man came along and said, look, I can do better, and created this hybridized wheat, that's when things went crazy. And it took time. It took time.
So
what about brown sugar? So what brown sugar is 2 ingredients. Mainly most brown sugar. Now, if you get the Florida Crystal brown sugar, it's raw cane sugar and molasses. If you go in the store and just buy brown sugar, whether it's light or dark, all it is
regular sugar,
granulated white sugar and molasses. If you got dark, it's just more molasses.
Yeah. And it's still just as bad for you. So
and it's just as bad.
just
so
because it's a different color don't mean that it's better for you.
Yeah. So that's why I said I just make when I need brown sugar, I just pull out the molasses and I mix my own raw cane sugar with a little bit of molasses to make my brown sugar. You can buy it already made, but I mean, if I'm gonna buy, I think it's like 8-9 pounds of sugar, I might as well make my own molasses. I mean, my own brown sugar. And the same thing with the powdered sugar.
So while doing my research, guys, I actually looked at all these companies. I looked at the wheat, and what stood out to me is one ancient grain company that says that they use no chemical fertilizers and no pesticides in their food. Everything is 100% natural in the way that they grow.
Say that again. One company
that I saw said that. So I actually looked into them. They had a nice website and they looked believable. So I said that if we're going to try this, we're going to try them. Because there ain't no sense of us getting a better wheat that's contaminated with a bunch of stuff that still can hurt us. So we got that wheat and it worked amazingly for us. And we eventually was able to reach out to the company.
No.
And
we ain't reach out to the company. The company reached out to us.
Yeah. Because, you know, when we get a product, guys, and it works, just like Redmond's, we actually show that product because we want y'all to have that too. I know it's a whole business thing that's people supposed to have about showing people company, but if we find somebody who's doing it right, we're gonna show it. And yeah, you know, we wanna do the business part of it too, but we care more about getting that information out to you.
Yeah.
And we will hope that eventually it'll come back around to us. And because we were talking about this particular company, and well, we're talking about this week, and we were showing this company, they reached out, and we talked to them about what they do. And the way they grow is regenerative growing. Now, that would have sounded foreign to me probably 6-7 months ago. But here I go, I don't know if it was a YouTube video or a documentary that was talking about how people are robbing the earth of all the nutrients. And they're just robbing the ground, they're putting all this poisons in it, and then they're moving on. But then I found out there were farmers out there that was actually doing regenerative growing, which is a whole process of using the ground and then building the ground back up and using it again and not using chemical fertilizers or pesticides. So found out that they do regenerative growing, which is priceless, guys. When I tell you, the chances of you finding farmers that got that much love for what they do is very slim. So we found, the company name is Teton, right? So this is the company that we decided that we gonna get our grains from because somebody else suggested another company, and we looked into it, and even the reviews on that company wasn't really good, you know. So talking to the CEO, he is on Instagram.
I see him on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, and he talk about what they do. I mean, real genuine guy, you know, well educated, but came up on the farm and decided to venture off and then came back. And to be able to say, I wanted to farm food that my friends and family would eat. Because most farmers won't even eat their own food because they know what they do to it. So talking to him about that and how they came about that and how the whole community comes together and they make this product. And we was like, yeah, sign us up, you know.
Yeah, we didn't look at, and he wanted to know, like, well, how can I help y'all? And I said, keep doing what you're doing. That helped us in the long because people sick. People are sick. And if we don't find these products and share it with you all, share it with as many people as we can, we're going to continue to be sick. Now, is that one thing going to change our life? Yeah, to me, it will.
That will.
It will
because
change your life.
We take so much.
We eat a lot of wheat every day. Our kids, most of the time when our kids get up on weekends especially, who feel like getting up cooking breakfast? These kids used to go into school. What they eat in school? Waffles, pancakes, French toast sticks, crackers, bread, some type of sandwich, wraps. All this got wheat in it. Even at home, if you say, well, because I ain't getting up cooking breakfast with these children today, I'm gonna rest. What they gonna eat? Cereal, donuts, waffles. They gonna go in there and just throw some in the microwave or put them in the, I don't know if people got toasters anymore, but some way simple for them to heat something up. They ain't consuming nothing but a whole bunch of wheat. And it's trash.
It's trash.
And our kids, all of a sudden, they got issues with ADHD. Our kids are catching cancer. Our kids are sick. They having heart issues and eczema and asthma. And it's crazy. I think the wheat alone can fix it. So did it make sense to ask the company for some money so we can promote their product? And I told them, I said, we're going to talk about your product anyway.
Yeah. It'll be great if you give us some money, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
But we didn't even tell them that. We just told them.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, you can send us some products because we're going to buy it. I always talked about how we could go to Sam's Club and buy a 25-pound bag of flour for $9, $9. And that's what we would do. When my husband found ancient grains, he was paying $100 and something for a 25-pound bag of flour. And we were okay with that. So when he asked us, well, what can we do for you? All we said was keep producing this amazing product because it's going to save lives. All we need to do was put the information out. And we just had that conversation with him. But we were already, we started Ancient Grains when? In November, I think it was? We've been putting out videos ever since.
So Queen said, my grand went to school. I dropped her off, and the breakfast was donuts. I was like, never again. And she eat before she go. Let me tell you, guys, if you are on a diet because you got extra weight and you've been dieted hard, but you can't lose that weight, it is the wheat, guys. It won't allow your body to do what it needs to do.
It's the wheat.
Now, everybody that knows somebody who's really vegan knows that vegans tend to get really, really thin because of how they eat. I know a vegan, and he eats tons of bread. He is a heavy guy. Now, when we met him, he was a smaller dude.
Yeah, he was slim.
And now I thought maybe he's not vegan anymore because he started gaining a lot of weight. He said, my problem is, he said, I love being vegan, and I'm adamant about being vegan.
Thank you.
But he said, I eat a lot of bread.
That's it?
I eat bagels and I eat bread. I eat a lot of that.
That's
He
it?
said, and that's the reason why I got this weight on me. And I started explaining to him about the ancient grains, and he's aware. But he said, I'm being lazy because I got spelt, and I know how to make spelt bread, but I've been being lazy. I want something quick. I just get up and eat bagels or whatever. And because of that, it's transformed his whole body. A vegan that looks like he's not vegan.
And it's two things.
Imagine if you are
Gaining
not
weight.
vegan and you eating that bread.
Yeah, gaining weight and constantly sick.
Yep.
And can't figure out why.
Yep.
I'm telling you, one thing
Yep.
that now, we do need to get away from the junkie salt. Always say, like, that Morton's, Lord, I be watching these cooking videos, and they pull out a big box of Morton. I be like, Jesus Christ. You got a 10-pound bag of Morton salt, and they just getting it right out. I'm like, Lord. And I want to tell everybody, like, come on, y'all, a cleaner salt. Like, we teaching people how to cook and how to do these things. Let's help them clean it up, too. Our food can be delicious. I think that chicken tastes good last night that I fried. I used some cayenne pepper and
Those stars.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
We appreciate you.
For the 1,000 stars.
That was gas money for riding her
That's
around.
what's up.
We appreciate it. I'm just playing. But teaching each other how to clean it up. So, Bobby, you know I had these. You want to taste one? Bobby usually don't eat stuff like this, and I usually won't even feed it to him. Now, he can eat things in moderation. These are regular potato chips. And the reason why I will feed these to him, and only a little bit, is because the 3 ingredients: potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt.
You know the crazy thing is, guys, it tastes just like that.
It tastes like a potato.
It tastes like a potato, like a real potato with a little bit of salt on it.
And so the thing,
there's a difference.
The 3 ingredients that make me happy: potatoes is just potatoes. Avocado oil ain't got no canola, vegetable, nothing else in parentheses. It's just avocado oil, and it said on the front, avocado oil. And sea salt, not salt. Now, when something just says salt, it's probably that white, heavily processed salt. So you want to get something that says sea salt, not all these enriched ingredients. It's just 3 ingredients on here. Nice and simple. It's a cleaner. When I look at things, I don't even look at the nutrition facts. All I look at is the ingredients because I want to see the long list. Now, they did not put no type of preservative on this bag. Now, something got to keep these chips good. That ain't crazy. But other people don't put nothing in it either, but a bunch of junk. So these are the chips that I have turned to. Now, they make these in nachos. Bobby ate all of the tortilla chips. They are made with cassava flour. And again, they are cooked in avocado oil or baked. And they use sea salt. Sea salt.
That's what's up when you say I'm vegan.
Oh, sorry, baby.
No, I can't see.
I was trying to show analytics.
It kind of went up. But
Siesta?
you said she be
Siesta?
putting the work in the kitchen.
Yeah, so that's what we
what's up.
gotta do.
She said it's definitely the bread. There's so many people are wondering why their body is not performing the way it's supposed to, guys. I'm telling you, the wheat is horrible. It causes the inflammation in our body. It causes our body not to function the way it's supposed to because it stores it and just sits there because your body is not processing it.
They don't know what it is. It's like, let me just store it. Let's put this over here.
Yeah. And you know, you have to take into account, you have to do your work and figure out what's going on with all this stuff. Now, you can't say because my husband or my wife eat this stuff and they ain't got no problem with that, the reason why I'm having a problem ain't that. Because that's not true. Mm-hmm. All our bodies are different. My body could be more sensitive to a certain thing than hers. So therefore, I'm getting the effects. I'm getting sick. I'm being hurt from that. And she's not. But that don't mean it's not that. So if you are looking at a way to try to get a better outcome in your health, you want to look at all the stuff. Now, y'all hear us talking about this, guys, and we're passionate because look how old we are and we just hearing this stuff. How many of y'all just hearing this for the very first time? So if you're listening to us and you never heard this before, maybe it's because it's the messenger and not the message, because it's out there, but you have to do the work. Yeah. We're making sure that you are actually noticing what it could be, and then you can do your own research and make the change.
And repeat it. Repeat what you hear, do your research, repeat what you hear, and talk about what you find. The Herbal brother over on Facebook, he just popped in the chat. He got an herbal store. Let me tell y'all, he getting it in. He doing his thing over there, helping people out. And this is what we need to turn back to. How do we heal ourselves naturally? And put the information out for each other. Now, I'm leery of people that say, yeah, buy my course for $49.99 and I tell you how to do this. How much God charged us to learn this? I mean, do your own research. And then you ain't got to pay $49.99. Take that $49.99 when you go to the store, make better choices. Because the prices of things when you make better choices are higher. It is not cheap to just go and buy ancient grains or a better product. It's a little bit more expensive. But that $49.99 you was gonna give somebody to tell you they gonna tell you to cut sugar and do this, that, and the third. You can do this for free, and take that money to the store and buy you some raw cane sugar if you need it. I ain't saying load everything down with sugar, but if you need it, like we even make our sodas now with raw cane sugar, and they turn out better.
One thing I'm excited about, guys, is that it seems like people are pushing towards being better. The way things are is making people think more about growing your own, raising your own, more natural herbal stuff. And all that's going to do is make it better for all of us in the whole.
Even the kids that ain't even ain't been born yet.
Yep. And I mean, the people that got this knowledge, guys, we talk about what we learned and what we know, and it'll come back to us one way or the other. We are like really impressed by the love that's been given to us because of the stuff we do and talk about. Now, my wife may not think that you should pay for a course or that. You should get all the information that you need.
I mean, I ain't saying you shouldn't pay for it. You can, but don't let that be your first thing. Do your research.
Well, just take and listen and get what you can get. Not all of us learn from this.
Yeah.
Some of us need some more detailed conversations. And a content creator can't sit down with each and every one of y'all and teach y'all the way you learn, because all of us learn different, right? So you need to find out what's the best way for you.
Yeah.
If you can do it without having to talk to somebody, because if you got to talk to somebody, you taking time from out of their life to be able to find out what they know. So therefore, you might have to pay for that. But you can listen, you can look, you can do some research and find out what I can do to better my situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, two of the most important things we have found so far is your wheat and your salts and your seasonings.
What is that? Send thumbs up with the, it looked like a gift beside it. Something popped up on your phone? Why I can't go back?
So guys, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, give us a reaction. YouTube.
It's here. It's a gift or something. Somebody sent something. That's what I'm trying to see. So you can thank them. But you gotta scroll up on your phone. You on YouTube? Go back. Click on it. I don't know what it was. Go ahead. Hey, J3. Well, I was trying to, I didn't want you to forget that somebody sent something, but you can't find it. If you can't.
But make sure, guys, y'all change your wheat and your salts. Make sure those are some terrible things that's in our diet that we consume a lot of.
Yeah.
And
sugar.
The seasonings got poisons in it. So anti-caking agent, or what's the other name for it?
Silicone dioxide.
So if you see any of that in any of your seasonings, guys, that stuff is actually poisonous to your body. On top of the wheat that's causing all kind of terrible things in your body. So if you could change those two things, they can make a major difference in your health.
So the best salt to use is Redmond real salt. And we say Redmond because they do not leach anything from their products and they don't add anything to it. We have visited Redmond mines in Utah, and that is where all of our salt come from. All of Redmond salt come from Utah. It doesn't. You're not gonna find it being processed in Washington, nowhere on the East Coast, nowhere in between. Only in Utah in this mine. So Redmond has a clean salt. It doesn't run your blood pressure up. It's not junky, and that's what we need.
Yeah. The Herbal brother says, that sodium. Sodium is horrible. So what they do, guys, they leach all the vital nutrients out of your salts, and you left with a pure sodium. Then they add anti-caking agent to that, and then they try to add iodine. So the iodine that they leached out is the good iodine. They try to replace it with some other kind of iodine that your body won't use. Your body can't use. The anti-caking agent is safe in small doses.
Yeah.
But think about, guys, salt, sodium is in everything, along with the anti-caking agent. So tons of it is in your processed foods. Tons of it in these fast food restaurants. Tons of that. You're getting more sodium than you need out of one burger for your whole day.
Yeah.
And you're not getting none of the other nutrients, none of the other vitamins.
Yeah, it's just some junk.
Yep. So Redmond salt got 60 plus nutrients in it. So not only would you be getting your sodium, you're getting all the other stuff, your iodine, your magnesium, all the stuff, your 60 plus minerals that your body actually needs is in your salt. Now, each one of those minerals, you need a certain amount daily. You would not get all you need out of just your salts, but you will get a good dosage. So you need to figure out how much of each one of those nutrients that you need. Then you need to add your foods that got them in it. You have to be careful because today's food is nutrient deficient.
Yeah, and everything.
So you want to find some good, healthy, non-sprayed, non-chemical laced vegetables, green leafy vegetables that's grown in nutrient-dense soil. Because once your soil got your nutrients in it, your plants also have the nutrients in it.
Then when you eat it,
you get the nutrients.
Exactly. Thank you, Queen. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. Thank you for being generous and bringing value.
We appreciate
it. And we appreciate the fact that you think what we're doing is valuable.
Yes. So I got 2 questions. What are your thoughts on pink salt? So pink salt is not bad. Pink Himalayan salt is not as bad as white salt. The only thing is it's coming from the sea, which is polluted. So, that would be our next choice though. If we didn't have Redmond real salt, it would definitely be pink Himalayan salt. What do you think about King Arthur brand flour? It's trash. It should be in the trash. It is a hybridized wheat, and that's what I tell people. What I did too was, let's stop using this Members Mark brand and get a better brand, which was White Lily, King Arthur, but it's all the same non-nutrient, bland flour that man made, and that's making us sick. So I don't care who name on the bag, it's all trash. I would look into ancient grains, and I saw what the Herbal said something about barley. So the thing is, you got to make sure it's being grown in the right manner, because people, they play in our face here and they allow them to. We passed what was that cabbage farm in Florida, I almost said where, in Florida, and it was loaded with cabbage, and all the cabbage was perfect. No bite marks, the plants you ain't have not one cabbage out there that was imperfect.
It was so crazy because at the same time we were growing cabbage, and our outside leaves look crazy. But we like, how do you get picture perfect cabbage? A whole field
on both sides.
Yeah, that perfect cabbage with not a hole in it, not a brown leaf, nothing. Like, how in the world is that possible in a climate where bugs can thrive year round? Versus us, at least we get a little break from the bugs. And we grow in the fall, so it gets cool and we get a little warm towards the end. But we still had damage to our cabbage.
Yeah.
And when I say perfect, guys, it was perfect.
It was it made me think about the Cabbage Patch Kid dog. You know how in the beginning that's an old commercial. It will open up and the Cabbage Patch Kid will pop out of it, but it was a perfect head of cabbage. No bite marks. It was beautiful in color. everything. So thank y'all for I don't know what that is, some type of gifts that Facebook, that YouTube keeps sending.
YouTube.
That's YouTube.
Okay.
So I saw this, like the third one I saw, Floating Hots, sent us Floating Hots. We appreciate you.
So guys, if you haven't, double tap the screen on YouTube side. It will give us thumbs up.
Yes.
And give us a reaction. Give us a reaction on Facebook, guys. The more reactions y'all give, the more the platform will know that we add in value, and it will recommend other people to get some of that value.
Yes.
Share us out.
Definitely share this. We do put out a lot of information real quick sometimes, but then we have these conversations twice a week with y'all, just so we can go a little deeper, and not just say, hey, buy Ancient Grains, use our link. Ain't about that. Buy Ancient Grains because it can save your life. It can save your kids' life. One simple product. Choose a better way of doing things. Now, sometimes we crave things like potato chips or ice cream or whatever. Look at the ingredients and get a better ingredients, better choice of products. I know a lot of people are stuck on regular wheat or regular flour or whatever. That we believe that is the root issue of a lot of our cause. Like, we got to get away from that wheat. And we know it's in your face. Like my husband said in the very beginning of this live, they put all of the bad. They put it all in your face. All these chemicals. Get these synthetics. Use this, do that. But they don't put the good stuff in your face. You got to be on social media to run across an Ancient Grain video. You probably will now because we keep talking about it. You got to be on social media to run across a Redmond video. These are great products that you'll never see if you watch TV. Never see a commercial for.
And being able to talk to the CEO of both of those companies, guys, I'm convinced, as long as they in control, they're going to make sure that everything is done right.
Yeah.
They are passionate about what it is, that it's their core belief, and it's who they are and what they do. And I love that. I know once a company gets so big, it's hard to keep it contained and keep the big money up out of it, because the big money is going to destroy what's the best part of those companies. But I am pretty convinced that these companies will hold the line and keep putting out good foods.
Yeah.
So if you want good foods and you can afford them, guys, get them.
You can afford them, especially if you're taking medicine.
Yeah. If
You
you
can afford
want,
them.
if you want to make sure you live a healthier, better life and not have to go to the doctor and use so much medication,
Yeah.
you will definitely make these changes.
Yeah,
These are major
Yeah.
changes.
We say go to the doctor and see about yourself, but you ain't got to be every 30 days reading up on this medicine. That's your food should be your medicine, but this food is making us sick. So you got a couple questions over here. So was it pesticides? Did they have a copper pole or something? Because my cabbage be the as you described. Talking about the cabbage field, no, they ain't have no poles out there at all.
No.
It was a huge, like acres and acres.
As far as your eye could see,
Yeah.
or cabbage, and it was on both sides of the road. Like, you couldn't see the end of the fields. So if your cabbage is growing that good, I would love to know how you're doing it.
Well, Ann did tell you, she gave you some tips on how to grow and keep the bugs from eating things a little bit.
That's
But
the
they do eat.
companion plant, but you gonna still get you gonna still get
That's what I'm saying.
some holes in them.
Yeah, they still eat some.
Dr. Bobby Price, I was watching his video, and he's growing naturally, and his problem is his neighbors are not. And the thing is, he said, he was talking about how he could see them putting on full body suits to go out there and treat their gardens.
Oh, he lived beside a farm.
Yeah, he actually lived he grows his own foods, his tropical plants and stuff. But his neighbors also grow too.
Yeah.
And trying to get the poisons not to come over to his property and
blow in the wind.
yeah, and to see them out there with full chemical suits
That's
while treating their plants. Now, this is stuff you can eat. that they got to wear chemical suits to treat. So you have to be cognizant of that.
We do see that when we go south. We've seen them in the field spraying, and they have on Tyvek suits
Yeah.
to
So
protect their skin.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, we can put it, and we were talking about that the other day when we were, I don't know where we were at, but somebody asked me about washing their fruit and vegetables, and I was trying to explain to her, it's just like putting something on your skin. Like say our pain away. You put the pain away on, your pain go away. The same way with these chemicals and pesticides they put on the fruit and vegetable, they spray it on these fruits and vegetables, and we think we just gonna wash it off. You can't just wash it off.
Yeah. So Melissa said my cabbage, some are big, some are small. We do all natural, no chemicals. I just throw some diatomaceous earth on them because I have problems with the dumb worms.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing I do. I throw diatomaceous earth on them, but you're gonna still get those initial holes because the diatomaceous earth, it kills them over time.
Yeah.
But that don't stop them from still wanting to consume. So yeah, that's one thing that people are having issues with, is that everybody is conditioned to look for the perfect looking fruit or vegetable, the prettiest. Naturally grown fruit and vegetables are not going to always be pretty.
Now we get some nice looking tomatoes or squash or something, but I went out there this morning and had to pull a couple off the plant because the bugs tearing them up. I had
They're gonna have some.
15 months ago, I was trying to get all 5 med prescriptions, drinking hibiscus tea every day. As a matter of fact, Mom said she started drinking hibiscus tea, went to the doctor, her blood pressure was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Any other recommendations? I would look into stuff like, first of all, diet, for sure. You know, cleaning up some of those ingredients that we have in our foods, but add some cayenne pepper to your diet, to your lifestyle, because you need it a little bit every day. A little bit go a long way.
I say everybody, if you got a little bit of space or even a pot, you should grow a cayenne plant.
Yeah.
So if you ain't growing nothing, you need to grow that, because that's gonna help you in so many ways. You can't OD on cayenne,
And it
but
don't burn.
it will
Yeah.
help you in a whole bunch of ways. It can stop you from having a stroke that may be coming along. You just won't know you ever was about to have one. Your blood pressure can take that down to normal. I mean, so many different things that cayenne plants actually do, peppers do, that most of us have no clue. And pennies on the dollar, guys. You talking about no major hospital doctor bills, no medications. Cayenne pepper is a service herb that when you take it, it goes to work on what's needed. If nothing is needed, it's just a food, and your body will use it and then pass it on out. But it is a really important plant. That we do sell cayenne tabs with beets, and that's for the people who don't want to do that work.
The capsules.
Yeah, if you don't want to grow it, if you can't grow it, if you don't want to put capsule it up, we do sell capsule. For the people who scared to take it in powder form, we do sell the capsule. But you can do that on your own also, guys. So people was asking us ever since we started talking about it, do y'all sell this? Do y'all sell that? And it is so important that I know a lot of people are not going to take it if it's not put in that kind of form. We want people to try herbs. So we decided to go ahead and make those capsules. And we're doing as much as we can, but y'all really are getting those capsules, and we're trying to keep up. But we also blessed because we're doing some important work, I think, and we are, being a service to people, that's what we want. Mm-hmm. If we're gonna do this, we want to make sure y'all getting some kind of benefit off of us doing this.
So we pull out cayenne when they are red. We wait till they turn red because they're at full strength then. And the cayenne is spicy. A lot of people are afraid of cayenne. It's spicy, but it's not hot. It's not gonna burn you. Even if you have ulcers, the cayenne will help heal ulcers. So definitely do your research in the cayenne. And we also have the moringa. And somebody did ask me a long time ago, I think on the other live, about the moringa. She said she can't swallow the pills. You can open the pills and sprinkle it on your food, or put it in tea and drink it that way. It's just powder.
And the stuff you will buy from the store, I guarantee you, you can't say that from most of them. When you buy those herbs from them big companies, the big box stores, you never know what you're getting. I suggest you go to a trusted source. If you got a trusted herbal place nearby, I would say go there. But definitely get it from somebody that you trust giving you what you are purchasing. We have had people that was taking all these herbs that they purchased from these stores, and I'm sure this person didn't even go to a big box store, but they been taking them on a regular. They go to the doctor and find out they're still deficient in all these herbs that they've been taking, which means what they've been taking wasn't really what they were getting. They were buying a certain herb so they can get certain things back up to par.
Thank you, Melissa.
And wasn't getting them. That means it wasn't real, guys. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful where you get your product and trust the people that you get it from.
We don't sell the powder. I never thought about selling the powder alone, but we don't sell the powder because when you go to the store, the thing is, like, it may say organic on the bottle, cayenne pepper, but is that what it really is? Like, what is this for real? So you got to be careful in buying it. That's why we grow so much. Bobby got I don't know, what, 20-something cayenne pepper plants out there in one bed.
You get a lot of peppers
From one plant. Yeah.
Dolores, we do sell the capsules.
That's what I was just talking to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But yeah, it works amazing. My wife had came off of all her blood pressure medicine after 20-something years. I was diagnosed with having high blood pressure here earlier last year. And never got on medication, just took my cayenne and my beets, and my blood pressure is amazing.
And we even
I did have diabetes also, and we changed all that, but that's a whole other conversation.
We even, like, when he went and got his physical and they diagnosed him with high blood pressure, we went to the doctor the next day because I wanted confirmation, like, is his blood pressure really high? But when he came home the first day from getting his physical, when he said his blood pressure was high, I said, well, let's start this cayenne. And we just take a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, put it in water and drink it. And he started doing it right then. The next morning or the next evening, whenever we went to the doctor the next day, she said, oh, well, his blood pressure is great.
Just that quick.
Just that quick. His blood pressure is great. And it was high the day before, but he wasn't taking cayenne prior to that because one day I said to him, we need to start taking cayenne. He said, ain't nothing wrong with my blood pressure. And I didn't mess with him about it because we never had a problem with high blood pressure. So I didn't feel a need to nag him about taking cayenne pepper. I needed it. But when he texted me that day and said, my blood pressure high, I said, okay. When he came home, he got right on cayenne, and the next day his blood pressure was perfect. Never put him on medicine. So the SoilFamily, the SoilFamily Expo website is down. It's under construction. It should be, we'll have it up in like 2 weeks. But for our products, that's on YouTube, is Blacktropicalhomestead is our website. Hey, problem. She was saying the SoilFamily website not working.
Yeah, we getting that together, guys. We hoping to see as many of y'all as possible next year. Guys, it's been amazing this year. We met so many more new people. We had people drive from all over the country, came down and connect with us, and we had an amazing time. And we're gonna keep on trying to improve the experience. And guys, before you know it, this community is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so amazing that it's gonna be weird to not be a part of it. So that's why I say I'm so impressed with so many people wanting to do better. They're seeking the knowledge, and all praise to all the guys, everybody who's putting this information out there. You said the Herbal brother is a channel?
Yeah, we follow him, and I run across his stuff all the time, and he getting those herbs out there. So the thing is, like, don't just look at us, because we don't do it all. We only do a certain amount so that we can keep up with what we got going on. Because let me tell you, making pain away is it's a task.
That stuff has been moving amazing. Everything's been moving amazing. It's all because of y'all.
And we
y'all
gotta
been
keep
blessing us.
Yeah, we gotta keep producing it. But always look at these other herbalists. There are other people out here that make products and make great products. Do your research. Look into them. Go back. See what they all about. And get some of the things from them, because it's amazing. I purchased some cayenne powder from Andel. Love to use it at home. Yeah, and make sure we take cayenne pepper everywhere we go. When we traveling, I got cayenne in my bag in the car, because you never know. Even if it's just a cut. Bobby didn't cut himself and pour cayenne pepper on it. He had some dental work done and gargle with cayenne to stop that bleed. Cayenne pepper.
It does amazing. It does a lot of stuff, guys. It's like I can't even express it enough. But we gonna continue to have these conversations because this is important. There's too many people who never heard this stuff, and I know if you follow us religiously, you heard some of the stuff we already said before. But we have new people. We don't want nobody to miss out on the information that's out there. We do sell a few products, but we only sell what we feel is the most vital products out there. There's a ton of herbs that do a ton of things, but the ones that we chose are the ones that we feel are the most important. The Moringa, the cayenne pepper with the beets for your blood pressure, the pain away all, because everybody has pain, and to get you off of all these aspirin and stuff that you don't know what's in them, and then all these pain meds that's tearing up your liver and giving you side effects. To be able to get you off of that stuff is really important. You know, the yam cream for your mental and to balance your body off is really, really important. And these are some of the things that we found is the strongest out of all the herbs that's out there. Everybody is deficient in magnesium. So we do provide a magnesium that you can put on that's easily applied and is a great product. Our cayenne rub is something that we started off with. That was our very first one. And people loved it so much.
Actually, keep it in stock.
We just kept on making that one.
The cayenne salve.
Yeah, that was our first thing that we experimented with when we came to actually making something for muscle and pain. So
and the last thing now is the comfrey salve.
The comfrey salve.
Mid bone. That stuff
that's
is
amazing too.
I mean, we use it on bug bites and everything, but
I just started with that. I talked about it last year because I did a bunch of research on it, and then I tried it, and I was just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I say, we definitely got to do this. We got to do this. I planted a whole bunch of it, and we're going to make the salve with it. We have been making the salve with it. So that's an amazing, when I go to the gym and pull a muscle, that's the worst thing for somebody who work out to have is a pull muscle, because I don't want to stop working out. I'm going to keep on going. But for me to pull a muscle and then run comfy salve on it and don't even have that pain the next day or the day after,
one time I wrapped the leaf. Bobby make moonshine, and he got some leaves soaking in his moonshine. So when he put a muscle in his leg or something, or he didn't know what he did to his leg, and I wrapped the leaf around his calf. The next day he was walking up the hall with the comfrey, the poultice around his ankles. I said, oh, the leg must feel better. So the comfrey salve is available at blacktropical.com.
Wow,
the tincture, comfrey tincture, we don't sell tinctures, but the tincture is amazing. Actually, we have a friend, I ain't gonna say her age, but we got a friend that is she doing really good for her age, but she loved cayenne tinctures. Cause she'll text me and be like, hey, can you bring me like 3 or 4 or 5 cayenne tinctures? I'm like, Jesus, what are you doing? Drinking it? Love it. Love it. But look at the benefits of cayenne. You can take it in so many different ways. We do have a hibiscus tea blend that is sold out, and we put pieces of cayenne pepper in that. All of it is freeze dried. So right now we out of all of our tea blends because we waiting for them to regrow.
Yeah, so that's really, really seasonal.
Yeah. Oh, you got a bunch of questions.
Once everything start doing what it do, we in a rush to get it freeze dried and dried out so we can try to have it throughout the year. But y'all bought so much tea that job was just like gone.
It was gone. And we refused to source it out to find leaves like soursop or even hibiscus, because people spray these plants and they'll tell you that they don't. And then when you get that stuff home and you boil it, guess what you're gonna boil out? All those chemicals that they put in those on them trees before they decided to dry them. That's YouTube. So that's why I say you got a bunch of comments. The pain away will help with back pain. That's why we made it. So all of our products, all of our products we made because of the issues we were having. So I broke my back in 2013, and I suffered with back pain ever since. Eventually, we made the pain away oil, and it was to help me be pain free. Today, I am pain free. No sciatic issues, no neuropathy issues, and no back or hip or butt pain. Because everything on my right side hurt. Even my toes were numb, but I don't have those issues anymore. Scroll back up a little bit.
You don't want me?
Yes.
So what?
Oh, it don't scroll back. I think I might have got them all. They were asking about pain. Do you have hibiscus in stock for tea? We don't have hibiscus in stock yet, and we won't have hibiscus till the fall because, like, our plants are growing now. Hibiscus, the way hibiscus grow is they grow when it's warm, and then when the days are shorter, in the fall is when they start flowering, and that's when we start pulling our fruit. So as soon as we start getting fruit off our trees, we will freeze dry them and have them ready. Same thing with our soursop. We'll have those ready also. And yes, it is good for cancer fighting process.
So somebody asked, do we eat meat? We absolutely eat meat.
Yes.
And we have said this on the live before, guys. Stop going off of what everybody says, and making it law. Find out how your body works and use what works for your body. Not because you happen upon some people who had some amazing results from being a vegan.
Or at least they say they have amazing. And the same thing with Carnivore. They say they have amazing, but is that always true?
Yeah. And if they tell you that meat bad, don't go off of just that, because any animal that is not supposed to eat meat can't eat meat because their body don't process it. All right. I did a carnivore diet to get off of to get rid of my diabetes. So I absolutely know that works amazing. And you talking about having the best feeling doing that was crazy. Now, if you see some videos of me in the past, before I started having issues with diabetes, you could see that I was a pretty big guy. I work out all the time and a half for a long time. I got diabetes and didn't realize it, and I started losing weight. I couldn't get my muscles to grow. Everything started falling down, and I started thinking, okay, old age is starting to hit me. And then I go to the doctor and find out I got diabetes. And then we changed my whole diet. That's when the carnivore diet came in. We did that for a while, and then we slowly added other stuff back.
But it was little stuff, like he did carnivore for a few weeks, and then I would add stuff like beans and lentils. It wasn't just add things back. It
Yeah,
was
little bit by
a
little.
little bit. So at first it was just Bobby ate taco soup for weeks, for months.
But you can see now the difference in me now versus, you know, just a few months ago, because my body is back together now. Everything is back in order. So now my body is functioning the way it's supposed to. Now I go to the gym and I grow. Now I've been working out for a long time, so all I got to do is get my muscle back. I don't have to grow the muscle, I have to get it back. I have to allow my body to be able to do what it already used to do.
What it's naturally.
Yeah, so now I'm getting my size back. All that came from me eating a carnivore diet. Now, if I went off of what other people say and said that meat is bad, then I probably would still be on those blood pressure meds and I wouldn't be able to grow. I need those foods. Now, is carnivore good for everybody? No.
Yeah, you need healthy fats, healthy oils, healthy protein.
You have to know what you're doing. You got to do the work to look into it to find out how to best do this. You can't just go in somebody's chat that's giving you really vague information and then try to change your life that way and then be like, oh, I feel horrible.
And you got to pay attention to your body, because your body will tell you what you need and what you don't need. So if you try something like carnivore or vegan, your body, you may be like, I ain't got no energy, I'm so sick. Somewhere you're missing something.
Yep.
And you need to figure out, what is it? Don't let other people tell you, oh, don't eat this and don't drink that. Don't let people do that to you.
Yep.
They will help you dig that grave for yourself, and that ain't fair.
I have listened to vegans sit there and say, there's a lot of people out there that feel horrible on a vegan diet, but because they want to fit in with the vegan crowd, they are continuing to be on that diet and they sick. They continuously going to the hospital, but they refuse to change. And to me, that's silly, guys. You got to do what's best for you. You got to listen to your body and you got to eat accordingly. Don't sit there and say, I'm with these people, I'm with that people, just because it's cool to be with those people. You know, you're going to have to live your life the best you can, and you're going to have to do it for you so you can live the best you can for you and your family.
The Herbal said somebody he knows did carnivore diet and lost lots of weight.
Yeah. You will lose weight.
Yeah.
You will gain lean muscle, and you will lose weight. Your body will just do it. One thing you're doing is you're not putting all the sugars and carbs, which is a major component of your weight loss and your inflammation in your body.
Yeah.
You're only eating healthy meats. That means you going to a butcher and getting good grade meat.
Yeah.
You ain't getting this meat that got all this stuff pumped in it. You eating good, clean meat.
Yeah, and the same thing with chicken.
Mhm.
Chicken is like the worst tainted food that we have in the United States, because it's cheap and we eat a lot of it. So you got to make sure you get chicken, get some clean chicken that's not full of steroids and antibiotics. I saw somebody on Facebook asking about Cayenne. I think it was Cayenne. Now the supplements, the capsules you purchase from us, you have to know how many you need. You can take 1 to 3 a day. Your body may need 3. So this is why we have to pay attention to our bodies and know ourselves. I can take 1 a day and I'm good. Some people may need 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or 1 in noon or whatever, or 2 at one time. Some people may need 3 because their blood pressure could be bad or the inflammation is bad. I saw somebody ask that too. Cayenne is great for inflammation. We actually put cayenne in our pain away oil because of the strength of that. Man, cayenne is amazing. Work for you.
And guys, we have had tons of testimonies since we started talking about this. So many people said that they started doing it and they went to their doctor and their blood pressure was perfect.
You on YouTube. You on Facebook. They asking on YouTube. You want me to go over there? I think you keep dropping the link over here.
I was dropping in there. something.
I got a pen, but
Yeah, guys, so it's not, now, you could be the exception, you know, but we have tons of testimony of people who that came off of their blood pressure medicine.
all different kind of mediums. Like
Yeah.
people that have beat cancer by changing their lifestyle, and it's not us. Always when people say, "Oh, thank y'all," it ain't us. You did that. God did that. That
We
is
talk
not us.
to you and put the information out. It's up to you to do the work,
It's-
because just you hearing it, it's not gonna change a thing.
We hear a lot of stuff all the time.
Yeah, you got to actually go and do the work. You got to be disciplined. You got to start that journey, and you got to follow through with it to fix it. So, by definition, it's not us. All we doing is putting it out there, because if you never heard it before, you're hearing it now, and you can actually make a change. So there's a lot of people with a lot of issues that won't fix any of them because they don't want to do the work, and that's fine. That's up to you. The only thing we want to do is give you a choice. We're not pushing carnivore diet. We're not pushing vegan diet. We ain't telling nobody they got to do anything. If you want to listen to us and hear what we got to say just for entertainment, that's fine, you know. But if you actually want to do something different, you know that there is something different you can do. And that's our goal. We want to put it out there for the people who are willing to do what they need to do. We want you to know that when a doctor tell you that you got this problem, you can choose to go and live on synthetic meds, or you can get on some herbs and fix yourself. So, you know, that's the worst thing. Most people think there's no other way. Once the doctor told me this stuff, this ain't nothing else I can do. I got to take this medicine.
Cayenne will help with your sciatic issue, but the pain away oil will definitely help you with that. All these issues are something we got to work at. You know, once you get that sciatic nerve to calm down, I just use pain away on mine, but I use it like 3-4 times a month. On the bottom of my foot, I rub my hip and my back down so that I don't get that flare up again. And of course, I still got to remind myself to be careful. I'm retaining fluid. What do you recommend for that? Salt.
So you retaining fluid, that means your magnesium levels are low to none.
Not any salt. You need a Redmond real salt, because what this will do is when you drink fluids, instead of you retaining that fluid, it'll help it go in the cells where it's supposed to be and not puddle or pool in your ankles or you run to the bathroom. So you just need a little bit of salt in your water, or I can't remember, if you place the order and you got magnesium, rub some magnesium on your.
Yeah. So magnesium is an amazing supplement. Once you do the necessary stuff to get your magnesium up, like use the right salts, eat some leafy green vegetables, some good ones, and some nuts. That magnesium, the one we sell is the magnesium body rub. You can just take a little bit of that and just rub it on your skin. Now, guys, I know a lot of people haven't heard this. That's new. Your skin is your biggest organ.
Oh, that's your.
And in order for your, anything that touches your skin is absorbed into your body. So if you want the best results, the best way to get those results is rubbing something on your skin. Now, on the flip side, all these harmful things that you are putting on your body, these shampoos, these unnatural soaps that ain't nothing but chemicals, you know, these lotions,
They don't help.
all that is being absorbed into your body also. If you're using our pain away, which in a lot of y'all are, because we have sold a lot of it, put that on your pain and you see how fast that actually works for your pain.
Yeah, so that
within
helps.
5 minutes, you are not having that pain no more. Now, if that's going through your skin and entering your body and working like that, Imagine with all those, I say with shampoos and soaps and lotions and all that other stuff that you putting tens, if not hundreds of thousands of chemicals into your body every day that your body has to deal with. On top of all the preservatives, on top of all the pesticides and the chemical, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, your body is doing a ton of stuff, which making your body not be able to operate correctly. And if you want to operate correctly, what my wife said, give it the right conditions, and your body will correct itself.
Yeah. So for fibroids, you got some questions. So I'm trying to go back to the first one on YouTube. For fibroids, what I can suggest is castor oil. I will wear castor oil panty liner with some, put some castor oil in a panty liner and wear that, and also rub castor oil on your stomach. Now you can use wild yam cream to bring your hormones back in balance, so you don't have these fibroids, because it's a hormone imbalance. The chemicals, the products that we using, that's what's creating this hormone imbalance. So again, I would take a panty liner and put castor oil on it and wear that. Change it a couple times, throughout the day, and that should help you. I can't remember. It's close to the end, but it was a few questions. Sciatic issues. I saw something else. My husband looking for the questions, but pain away oil, and we make a pain away oil, not a cream. It's an oil. And what we do is we extract the oils from different plants, or infuse some things with castor oil. But we extract the oils from the plants we grow to make this.
She might have been talking about the Cayenne, but I don't know. We talk about ways that you can relieve or fix any of this stuff on your own. The stuff that we make is our formula. We don't talk about how we make those, but because we had to come up with all that, right? So, but any of the stuff we talked about, you can get your magnesium up by making your magnesium oil using the flakes and equal parts distilled water. You can do it that way.
We appreciate you.
And the reason why we made the cream is for me. I don't agree with the spray.
Yeah, his body doesn't like. He don't like to be wet, and his body, he'll be real ashy.
Yeah.
And I see a couple people say that they do the same thing. Yeah. For hot flashes, wild yam cream can help. That's just a hormone imbalance. Which of your products work best for eczema? Wild yam cream will work good for eczema.
Man,
Now,
stay off of the bread.
Yeah, that's what's flaring that eczema up, is the wheat. Menopause system, same thing. Hot flashes, estrogen drop. It's wild yam cream. It's gonna help balance the body off and bring your hormones back in check.
Hot flashes, guys, which is a major thing with women, can be intolerable. Putting your hormones back in check using the all natural product is almost a must.
Yeah.
Suffering through that, you suffering, your family suffering. So trying to get yourself in the best condition possible is really, really important. So I really suggest that, y'all use that wild yam cream, or if you find another way. I don't know of another way that's better than the wild yam cream. We had people that said they was on hormone therapy for a year, 2 years, and they got on our wild yam cream, and within a week or two, they have felt better than they have in years. So what the wild yam cream did actually did way more for them than all these tens of thousands of dollars that they spent on this hormone replacement therapy and all this time. So it is an amazing product. The wild yam is not a sweet potato because people keep getting that confused. This is a medicinal herb. And
It's a root, yeah.
this is the herb that they tried to copy when they did the hormone replacement therapy. So they made a synthetic with the findings of the wild yam root and try to make it to where, you know, it's sold to everybody and it don't work nearly as well.
Where can we get your pain away oil and wild yam cream? So the wild yam is not, it's not in our Amazon storefront. Our products are all found at blacktropical.com.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I know we probably didn't mention it, but I posted a few times. We do have a website. It is blacktropical.com where you can find everything that we make.
Yeah. So Faith, somebody else told when her problem was her crying. Oh no, somebody do have those bad mood swings because she said, well, I can't come off my wild yam because when I do, I can tell the difference. My mood go back south. So the wild yam cream can help bring your moods in balance. But somebody else told us that I cried just because, I don't know, I'm always crying. And as soon as she started using the wild yam, her crying spell stopped. The einkorn, the grains, the wheat that we use, you can buy that already milled. You can get that ancient grains, they do offer that also. Same thing. Depression is either your magnesium or hormones are offered, could be both. But we need magnesium anyway, and 9 times out of 10, your doctor's gonna want to put you on hormone replacement therapy, which is a synthetic form of wild yam cream. So I would just get a wild yam cream. For kidney disease, I would eat parsley and celery. You can drink it as a tea also, but eating parsley and celery every day will help the kidneys regain their health. So parsley and celery for kidney health.
Correct us again for proper use of wild yam.
So for men can use wild yam cream once a day, and he can put it anywhere. We say the testicles. 1 pea-sized amount on the testicles every day. For women, twice a day. And you want to rotate the thyroid or your neck, your inner wrist, your inner thighs, your belly, your breast. You just rotate those areas twice a day for 3 weeks. Take 1 week break. If you don't have a cycle, I would break from the 21st till the end of the month. If you still have a cycle, I would take that week as a break. That's how you use wild yam. All of our products have new labels on them, and on our labels we have all of the ingredients and instructions for them, we do have it on the comfrey. We just don't have new labels on our comfrey yet.
So Chundi, guys, understand that we do talk about this, and sometimes we go more in depth on certain products, and we kind of doing a brief overview on all this stuff. So you're not getting all the information, but as time goes on, we will dive into each product more. So for depression symptoms, the wild yam cream is a major help for that, because what it do is it bring your hormones back in check.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of your issues are because your chemical makeup is broke down, because all the chemicals and stuff that they put in our foods. So what the wild yam cream is bring your levels back together.
Mm-hmm. We like to keep things simple.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it, guys. We talk to you the way we want to hear it. And I understand that when we talk about this and you never heard of it before, it sounds funny, it sounds crazy.
That's why it's important to do your research.
Yeah, so we definitely will go into more depth on each one of the products. And if you go back to some of our old videos, Facebook might not be able to do it because they're dropping our videos after 30 days.
Yes.
But on YouTube, we have our lives where we go into depth on certain products. And it's important that you know what it is you're doing and find out why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Thyroid issues, same thing. Wild yam cream will help bring the thyroids back in check. We have lots of people on our wild yam cream for thyroid issues, and they are so happy that they ran across that product. For lung damage, I would use mullein. Mullein is good for lung damage. So all right, it's been 2 hours. So today we will be at the Farmers Market Picnic. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. FFM, something like that. But anyhow, Foresight Farmers Market. That's what it is. Foresight Farmers Market, FFM. I'm so stupid.
Is it at the park?
It's not at the park. It's Tennessee Avenue somewhere.
Okay.
So this is it today. A celebration of food, music, and community today at 4 o'clock. The Old Dairy Farm. That's where we'll be. At the Old Dairy Farm at 4 o'clock. If you have time to come out and join us and have some fun and be one with the community, events like this are always fun. I know, it is 100 degrees in Savannah. Bobby was out there in his wheat field the other day, and I was like, peeping around the house, I said, it was 103 degrees. Are you crazy? He was just having fun. I said, well, as long as you happy, you like it, I love it. But it is hot, but it is important to know our community and to know each other and be one with each other. So that's what we have planned for this evening and restocking. I am moving to Savannah. DJ, come on with it. Advice for insomnia. Yeah. For insomnia, you can put castor oil in your navel. I would drop castor oil in my navel and rub magnesium on the bottom of your feet. That should help you relax and be able to sleep. But wild yam cream can also help with that insomnia type thing, which I've never had that issue. I sleep throughout the night.
I would say that wild yam is the most crucial thing that we sell because of how much it actually does. I mean, you're talking about being able to keep your family together.
Rick.
You know, not only does it makes you balanced, it keep your mind where it need to be, your emotions in check. A lot of people don't realize their emotions are out of check until they get them back in check.
Yeah,
and then they'll realize like, wow, that's really different. Like I really was stressing out.
Hey, Talaya.
My family don't bother me as bad. You know, I can stand my husband or my wife more. My friends don't get on my nerve. Or I can just tolerate traffic better.
Hey, Monica.
You know, I don't want to go off and do some really silly stuff to people because, I don't know, they cut me off in traffic or something. They're just stupid.
See what
Until you
Monica
can
said?
do that, you don't know.
She said that, sorry, Mr. Live, your wild yam is a part of my daily life now, and I thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're very welcome. I mean, we are so happy when we hear people's testimony on what it has done for them.
Yeah.
Wow, Paint Away is my favorite because how fast it worked and the fact that it's natural.
Thank you, Talaya.
And everybody can use Paint Away because everybody gonna have a problem where they're gonna have pain at some point.
It's safe for your kids, it's safe for our elders, it's safe for our dogs, our pets.
I love it when people, they got arthritis or walking around with their hands hurting, they can't hardly bend them and all that, and then they could just rub themselves down with Paint Away, and all of a sudden they can move their hands, you know, the pain. And this is not just something numbing it. It actually is taking down that inflammation. And over time, gonna get rid of it. So I love to see people with those kind of issues be able to function. Your knees, you can't hardly walk. We had a story where somebody couldn't even go downstairs at their house and then was able to go downstairs after using the Paint Away. So I'm loving that. Back problems, everything, guys. I mean, amazing. So that's one of the products that's near and dear to my heart. But I recognize that Yam Queen probably affects people's lives that are more than anything.
So Angela, I'm gonna answer your question with somebody else asked about carnivore diet. And Angela asked, how do you get your A1C level down? So it's all about diet. Carnivore diet. And the reason why I'm explaining carnivore for getting your A1C down, because that's what we did for my husband to get his down. So carnivore diet is strictly meat, mainly just meat. You can eat cheese, healthy fats, healthy proteins, and healthy oils is when it comes to carnivore diet. So, for instance, my husband on carnivore diet, what his meal would look like is in the morning he would eat eggs, and I can't tell you eat 6 eggs. You have to eat what you can eat. You make 1 egg may be for you. He would eat eggs. We would fry a couple strips of bacon to render the fat from the bacon, and then we will cook his eggs in that, and then top it with cheese. So he would eat a few, 2-3 strips of bacon and eggs with cheese. That was his breakfast. He may skip lunch because he wouldn't be hungry, or if he ate lunch, it may be 1 hamburger or something, just a burger with cheese on it. For dinner, he would eat the same thing, maybe a hamburger with some cheese. If he ate chicken or steak, that's all it would be. He could eat cheese on that, that was it. He was perfectly fine with Bobby can eat a gazillion hamburgers and be all right with it every single day. He can eat hamburger after hamburger. I'm the type that I need to change sometime, but whatever worked for you. Now, he would eat 2 or 3 hamburgers sometime for dinner. Sometimes he might want 1 hamburger and some cheese for dinner, but that was his carnivore diet. No vegetables, no fruit, no breads, no crackers, no chips, no nothing. Just strictly meat, and again, he would have his cheese. So that was his healthy fats, healthy protein, and healthy.
So like I said, on my feet 12 hours at work, I do a whole paint away, Cayenne salve, and wild yellow regimen every time I get dressed for work. Yeah, that stuff is amazing.
My sister-in-law the same way. She said when she get out the shower, she said, you should see the dogs. They be looking at me. She said, I be rubbing myself down. I started with my pain away. I started my back, and I worked myself down to my foot.
So I think that was Yogi. He said they just came in and what to do with back pain and knee pain. We talked about our pain away oil. It's amazing for that. It is oil. It's all natural. You put it on your knee directly and rub it in.
Yep.
And generally within
A few minutes.
5 to 15 minutes,
Yep.
it's gone. You know, and you just continue to do it as long as you need to. Generally, it's gone for the day, but it could be gone forever.
Yeah, eventually you'll get to the point where it's just working it out. You know, just stay at it until it doesn't come back ever again. But even like now, I suffer with sciatic and neuropathy issues every day. Now I don't have those issues at all, but I still work at it. And I might skip a day or something, or skip a week where I don't put none on my foot or hip or back at all, and I don't hurt. But when I think about it, I say, okay, slow down and rub some of that oil.
So Pat said that she had heel pain. What do you recommend?
Pain,
I think it's nerves.
pain
The
away
pain
didn't
away didn't help, but it works for my legs. So if it's a nerve,
Yeah,
you need to find out where that nerve that pain originated from.
Yeah, and
It
target
may
that
hurt.
issue.
Yeah, it may hurt at your on your heel, but that's not where the pain coming from.
Yeah, it could be coming from the back of your leg or your back or something.
Yeah.
And that's where you need the pain away, is not actually where it hurt, but where the issue's stemming from.
If it's a nerve issue, it's definitely that.
And the nerve does take a little longer sometimes. For some people, it take a little longer to get to that nerve.
I know how that feel because I had damaged a nerve or something in my back, which I thought it was in my arm because my whole arm felt numb. And I thought the issue was somewhere in my arm until my wife came and she started rubbing me, and then she hit this one spot, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? And then she was able to massage that out.
Yeah, get that knot out his back.
And my arm was better. I'm like,
He
I don't
complained all the
understand.
time about that shoulder. He said, my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm like, how is this hurting all down here? Which it started radiating farther down my arm, and you touch a spot on my back.
And that's what did it.
And
He
fixed
had a
it.
knot in the middle of his back, like right beside the spine, and I could feel it was real tense and a little knot there. And once I worked that down,
Yeah. And once you find that spot, you apply the pain away to that spot because that's where the issue at. Not where it's actually hurting at if it's a nerve issue.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to find where you got them problems at
Yeah.
and then address that area.
Yeah, so even for, I saw what Angela said it was for a child. So when it comes to diabetes, it's all about diet. I will cut everything out. I will cut everything out the diet. You know, whether you go plant-based, meat, or combination. That's what I would do, because sugar, like, you got to stay away from breads, anything they got wheat and all this stuff. I don't even substitute anything with honey. I know with kids it can be a little difficult, but our kids should not have diabetes. I mean, we shouldn't have it either as adults, but our kids definitely shouldn't have it. But it's all about that diet, so I would definitely do that.
Erica said, I have a pinched nerve in my spine, and I only use Pain Away oil. I stopped using my medication. The day I experienced Pain Away, it's phenomenal.
What?
That is great. That's amazing. I love to hear that.
I knew remember she was saying that her back was hurt when we were in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me help you. I said, I don't think I don't get down like that.
Yeah.
But let's rub some Pain Away on your back. So I'm glad that you have trusted God's herbs to heal yourself and to get away from those synthetic meds, because those synthetic meds don't do us no good. And we got to remember, especially, for all of us, we decide we want to bring kids into this world, but we have been taking synthetics, birth controls, whether it's pain pills, blood pressure medicine, all these meds, because you see a lot of them will tell you, do not take this when you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Some foods will tell you, do not eat or use this when pregnant or breastfeeding. So we got to think about, even if we not thinking about having kids now, some young women have issues and they do these things, even these kids that we haven't even conceived yet, because this stuff is in our body, this junk is in our body. We passing it on to these babies, and then they come and they have issues, and we don't even have a clue. We thinking this, it's like I said, we done normalized being unhealthy, being sick. It's normal to us. It's not normal. So we got to take better steps at what we doing now. The kids back in the days, we might have been a little cray-cray when we were younger, but we weren't sickly. We wasn't sick as kids, and our friends weren't really sick as kids either. We all ate the same thing. We played in the same places,
Just imagine how normal it's now.
Yeah.
For somebody to have all these problems, this is because they're making it that way.
YouTube tripping.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it stayed up the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, then again, it might just be off on the phone, and it might not. It might be looking.
All right. I forgot I had stuff on the stove. I was like, oh no. But anyhow, to help with kidney failure, celery and parsley. Look at the benefits of celery and parsley. That can help with the kidneys. When it comes to your diet, let me tell y'all, you can kick dialysis butt and never see it again. It's just all about your diet, all about what am I feeding my body. When you learn how to feed your body and you say, look, because let me tell y'all, them bills expensive. People say, oh, that's high. Ancient grains are high. What them bills look like, they ridiculous. May 31st, West Palm Beach. We ain't gonna be at West Palm Beach. We gonna be in West Palm, Florida, May 31st at Jack and the Beanstalk Nursery. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna tour this place and check it out. If you're looking for soursop, I'm sure she'll have it. I need to text her and see. You gonna have soursop, girl?
Yeah, and it's more like a meet and greet. If you would like to meet us, come there. We just gonna be shopping like we normally do.
Yeah, and we'll take some time.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk and get to know some of y'all if you like.
If you like.
But we're gonna be there anyway because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
We nurse. We jump around the nurseries, and that's one of the ones we love. And she has been supportive of us in the past, so we definitely appreciate that. And she's done amazing. They got an amazing nursery. Her and her husband.
Yeah, and they are expanding. Yeah. So it's gonna be cool to see what they have expanded to, and be able to tour the place with you all. I know some of y'all are coming because I've gotten messages. So You can't wait to that.
Looking forward to it.
If you place orders this weekend, if you place an order prior to noon on Friday, your orders have been shipped. If you place anything after noon or this weekend, your orders will ship tomorrow. We will get your things out to us. So what is that? What part of Florida? What'd that say?
I'm not tossing.
What?
I would say Tatiana.
What is that?
I ain't know. I ain't never
Receive your
seen that.
Cayenne, support Moringa, paint away products. I started the blood pressure support right away. I was already using Cayenne pepper. Good, good. So yes, stay at it. Y'all heal yourselves. Heal your loved ones. It is important for us to know how we can do this ourselves without trusting Big Pharma and changing some of the ingredients that we've been trusting all our life. They ain't the same. It's
Share this
near,
information, guys. Share it.
it's near Tampa. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We
I ain't
went,
never heard that.
we went fishing out there last year, but
Yeah.
this year we got a new spot. I'm a little excited.
I'm a lot excited. So I'm looking forward to a good fishing trip.
I just hope it ain't hot as crap.
I don't care.
Oh my goodness, you can juice celery and parsley. You can juice it. Yeah, but you can eat it too. So eat a little piece raw. A little bit go a long way. All right, y'all.
Find some good natural stuff. See if you can find somebody who's growing it.
Or grow it.
Grow it yourself, yeah.
And a little pot. It doesn't take much to grow parsley. And wear a hat. Oh, trust me. We gon' I don't know. I don't usually wear a hat, but we be ready. We've never been fishing in Miami, and that's where we're gonna go fishing at this year. And I'm pretty excited. We're gonna be out there all day.
Hopefully we come
Oh,
back
okay.
with some, and then I can fillet them down, and I can use the
Thank you,
rest of
Ruby.
them for some more fertilizer for next year.
Ugh.
So I got our fish from last year in some buckets outside now, which should be about ready for me to be able to make some amazing fertilizer.
Oh.
Take a couple teaspoons to a gallon of water, watch something pop.
Ugh. I don't know about that.
Ready
We do-
for it?
We do sell a wild yam cream. All of our products are available at blacktropicalhomestead.com. So, swoop like me. Can't wait to go fishing again. I know I was like, are we gonna go back to, I wanted to do a 39-hour extreme fishing trip,
No prices went up on us a little bit.
but we can't afford that. I was like, I don't know, no.
Do you eat fish eyes? Negative.
No. Man, I don't even want to see them. Just give me a piece of the meat. That's all. But we wanted to go back to St. Pete to fish because that was nice. Like the water was calm. That was a nice, smooth sailing trip.
Fishing in the Gulf.
Fishing in the Gulf is amazing. But then I found, I'm from Miami. Y'all enjoy.
Yes.
I found a trip in Miami, and I was like, I said, babe, I saw this charter boat in Miami, you know. I was trying to think, what am I going to get this man for anniversary? So at first I was like, let me just get a fishing trip and go. At first I was looking for different boats and how much they cost or whatever. But it ain't no fun when it's just me and him. Because it's very exciting when you hear other people screaming. They got a fish on the line.
It's fun with me anyway. I go fishing by myself. Like, ain't there got to be nobody.
Yeah, we've had fun on the boat by ourselves because we used to go all the time. But I love going on a charter boat, and I found one in Miami, and I was like, we'll just go down there and fish, spend the night, and come on back home. So that's gonna be great.
You talking about caviar, fish eggs?
Yeah,
Negative.
yeah. The wild yam cream, I didn't see it, so it should be there.
It's
For some
there.
reason, I can't find the chat. So yeah,
That's on YouTube.
Facebook. Go to their website. It's pinned at the bottom on the live. I hope this helps. Thank you, Josephine. Yeah, it is pinned at the bottom also. So, all right, y'all.
I think my wife will be going live again Wednesday. And find some more general conversation. I don't know what is her topic gonna be then, but I guess you all will see.
We will see. we'll have a topic by then. I know Tuesday I got a text from Georgia Regional. I'm supposed to take them some seeds, and Louisa bought them some gloves so they can drop some seeds. So that might be fun Tuesday. Hopefully you'll be off by then. Iguana. Nah, I ain't no iguana.
I probably would try it.
Ooh. Oh, no.
You got some nice meaty little legs.
We do have a trip planned coming up.
You gotta be careful when you eat it. Why? Why you gotta be careful?
Yeah.
They got little bones and okay.
Ooh.
I just want the back legs, like I don't want, or the tail, the meaty part. I don't want to eat the ribs and none of that.
I don't want none of it. I don't know. We got a trip planned. We got a big trip planned. It's a surprise. I'm kind of excited, and then I keep thinking like, what are we gonna eat? A bunch of fruit.
I'm really, really, really excited. I mean, there's all kind of things I want to do.
A bunch of fruit. And I want to get in the water. I can think of a lot of stuff. I do want to eat one weird thing. Just because.
Is he iguana?
I don't know. I don't want to eat no iguana though. Maybe
Why? You eat gator?
like fish do. I don't know. No. I don't like fish with bones, so I ain't. No. I'll eat gator. That's a big chunk of meat. Boy, that's like eating a piece of chicken.
The same thing with iguana, back legs and.
But see, though, none of my fish have bones. No. So when we go away, when we go on our big trip, I will eat something weird. I want to take Bobby to New Orleans because he can get some really good stuff like turtle soup, gator, frog leg. That's when you get some real frog leg. But them things we had here that day,
That was real.
I ain't never thought of a frog leg. See, but when we go and get a frog leg in New Orleans, they gonna come to the table fried. That?
But we know those were the freshest you could possibly get because they was alive when we bought them.
That's what we gonna eat. A lot of mango and a lot of guava for sure. And dragon fruit and pineapple and yeah. So we'll tell y'all later about that when we get it together. So one thing I do want y'all to do is pray for our friend Ann of all trades. We got baby of all trades coming in the next few weeks. I don't know when he gonna come. He gonna be a special little boy, cause let me tell y'all, the way his mama work, I don't know, he gonna have to hold on.
Yeah, that's a hard working lady, dude.
He gonna have to hold on. But pray for our friend for a safe and beautiful delivery for their baby of all trades. We are excited to meet him soon. We ain't jumping off no planes, Melissa. Oh, jumping off the plate. Yeah, I ain't even thought about a frog leg since.
So guys, don't forget to give us a reaction if you haven't. Double tap the screen on the YouTube side and give us a thumbs up.
And share this out.
And if you want to know when we go live, y'all ring that bell. So it'll notify you whenever we go live. So you won't just hanging out with us.
Yes, thank y'all for all of the support, all of the stars, super chats, shares, reactions. It's been a blessing.
Yeah, y'all show us some love like y'all usually do. We definitely appreciate it. So guys, to the next time.
What happened to your cup? Don't let nobody steal your joy. Nah, dude. But no, Thor bought me the piece to the cup one day. And I was like, where you get that from? He was like, I don't know. It was in the flow.